Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
Hi, Cap. Our sound production. Hi, Cap. Our sound production.
I see a devil already popping up in here. Ooh. Brother, if you knew what Allah showed me of you, you would go right away and change. Up in that third balcony, the second balcony. Man, evil nigga. Oh, Yakub ain't got nothing on you. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Believers, some of you are going to try me. And I will show you very quick who I am. And you're going to be surprised. Some of you little crazy Negroes, your heart's so filled with darkness and hate. But if you make the little move that you got in your crazy brain, you won't last. You won't last. And I say this, when we get real tight, strong, see a snitch and an enemy that's in here among us, he'll show up. I'm going to say this publicly, because I really don't give a damn about the consequences. A dear brother and or sister, if you're on the payroll for the police or the FBI, I don't mind you being there. I really don't mind. Because we're not doing anything that we would be ashamed of. So you can be here. It's okay. And even if we knew you was the police, we would not bother you. However, if you work in an evil way to try and break up something good for our people, then we will kill you.
Production.
When we think calling, almost the majority of the time in the New Testament, where the word calling or where we think purpose is referenced in the New Testament, we automatically see that as we think calling in America, we think a platform, we think an assignment, we think all of that. But the majority of the time, the word calling is actually mentioned in the New Testament in its proper context. It has to do with salvation. It has to do with God wooing a human being to himself. We take calling and we automatically attach that to what I would call assignments, right? Like me being a pastor is an assignment, right?
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, the New Testament is speaking of calling. If you study that properly, it speaks of God wooing a human being to himself.
Calling us to himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the call first is to himself, not to a platform, not to a stage, not to a title, not to an office. Calling is to himself. And I think there are those of us who knew that God wooed us to himself. We can sense that moment when something transformed in our heart, whether it was gradual or for me, it was instantaneous. We know because now there is an awareness of sin. I think if there is no awareness of sin, if there is no awareness that this is wrong, I'm not sure if you've been called. I'm not sure if you've been converted into Christianity. I think you have Christian lingo and Christian behavior, but you have not been converted. You have not been born again.
Yeah. Come on in, class. Come on in, class. Y'all already know what we do over here. Y'all should have already hit that like button, guys. Keep in mind that we do not cater to any groups, gangs, communities, or religions. That's an important one, guys, today. That's an important one. You know what I mean? We cater to the truth. We cater to common sense. We call out bad behavior in both men and women. You know what I mean? Over here, we talk about the Lucifer spirit and we talk about the Lilith spirit because that's the two fucking shit up. That's the two making it hard for us, the minority. Those are the two spirits. You know what I mean? So if you believe in one, then you must believe in the other. Normally, when you believe in one, you are the other. If you can't seem to understand how to break it down or see from both sides. All right, guys. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. Let's take attendance. You know what I mean? Let's take attendance. We got XL Pro in the house. Salute to you, XL Pro. Much love to you. Much appreciation for all the support that you do for the channel, man. Behind the scenes, yeah. We know. We appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? We got my guy Steven T, yo. Head moderator in the house, man. Salute to you, my guy. I gave a listen to that, man. That joint was very, 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 very entertaining. You just got to fix that sound quality. But you knew that, though. You knew that. You know what I mean? Salute to my guy, Zilla the God. That's my silent hitter right there. That's my silent assassin right there. Any one of you in the class, get out of hand. Be looking for my man.
Cooking and eating at home.
Oh, hold on. What the? Be looking for my man Zilla the God to come see you. You know what I mean? Because, you know, y'all talk to the teacher crazy reckless, and as soon as the teacher put his hands on you, or as soon as the teacher say something back to you, you're suing, and you're running, and you're telling folks, don't mess with him, don't mess with her. This is the games that they playing nowadays. This is the games that they play nowadays in this manosphere that's put here to help us men. You know what I mean? I don't know about you guys, but I don't see a lot of helping men
going on in this manosphere. I see a lot of helping of self in this manosphere, but we're going to talk about it today. That's why we came here today, guys. So before we go any further, guys, I need everybody to go to your lockers. I need Chad, I need Pookie, I need Tyrone, and I need Ray Ray. I need y'all to get up and go to your lockers and put all that red pill ideology that you've been programmed to believe, put that shit in your locker rooms, guys. Go do that now. We're going to take a little break, but I need you to go to your lockers and put that ideology bullshit that y'all be running around here holding as Bible, keyword. Y'all hold the information like if it's the Bible, but nobody says it. Nobody say where they get the information from. So we're going to call it out today. We're going to call it out today. Because this Black Manosphere is much like the Black Tower of Babel, where you got a bunch of black folks trying to build into the heavens, into the skies. And ain't nothing getting built because they ain't building for anybody but themselves. So God gonna send down them languages. God gonna have everybody believe in this, believe in that. Seeking for point of views and reaching for point of views. We're gonna break down today, guys. So yeah, let's go take that little trip to your lockers. You know what I mean? Go ahead, guys. Go to your lockers and we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Just go to your lockers and come right back.
As I grow older, the one thing that becomes clearer to me each and every day is that I don't owe anyone a thing, and neither do you. I've seen a lot of people pollute their potential after sipping from the well of entitlement. This is certainly true of many of the people I've been associated with over the years, even my own son. What they need to understand is that you should never feel like the world owes you anything. It doesn't. You must accept that it's all on you. That might seem like a very cynical way to view the world, but I would argue that it's actually liberating. You can only feel betrayal when you feel like you're owed something from someone. You can only feel resentment when you had expectations for assistance. When you accept that it's all on you, only then can you finally be free to focus 100% on being the best version of yourself.
All right, guys, y'all put y'all beliefs up. Let's get straight down to business, show. Tamika Washington, salute. You already know. All right, class, y'all ready? Y'all ready to get it in, class?
When we think calling, almost the majority of the time in the New Testament, where the word calling or where we think purpose is referenced in the New Testament, we automatically see that as we think calling in America. We think a platform, we think an assignment, we think all of that. But the majority of the time, the word calling is actually mentioned in the New Testament in its proper context. It has to do with salvation. It has to do with God wooing a human being to himself. We take calling and we automatically attach that to what I would call assignments, right? Like me being a pastor is an assignment, right?
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, the New Testament is speaking of calling. If you study that properly, it speaks of God wooing a human being to himself.
Calling us to himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the call first is to himself, not to a platform, not to a stage, not to a title, not to an office. Calling is to himself. And I think there are those of us who knew that God wooed us to himself. We can sense that moment when something transformed in our heart, whether it was gradual or for me, it was instantaneous. We know because now there is an awareness of sin. I think if there is no awareness of sin, if there is no awareness that this is wrong, I'm not sure if you've been called. I'm not sure if you've been converted into Christianity. I think you have Christian lingo and Christian behavior, but you have not been converted. You have not been born again.
We know what's up. Y'all ready to get it into what? Right, y'all want to know what's up with this Black Manosphere, right? Because y'all been hearing about the Black Manosphere, you know, the red pill mainstream, you know what I mean? Everybody that tell the truth about women, they get lumped under Kevin Samuels' umbrella, you know what I mean? Because Kevin Samuels, he's mainstream. Right, so you're gonna have a lot of the Pookies and Ray Rays hating on Kevin Samuels because we know that Kevin Samuels ain't get there without climbing on Pookie and Ray Ray back, right, guys? All right, but we also know that Pookie and Ray Ray should not hate because Kevin Samuels will never have the masculinity that Pookie and Ray Ray have, right? And at the end of the day, if you don't like the person message or you don't like the person, you can always tune out, right, guys? Because we all know Kevin Samuels and motherfucking P. Diddy and people like that is motherfucking arrogant assholes, and they the whole devil. We know Lucifer is egotistical, right, guys? And that's a whole motherfucking fact. But you got to have common sense to understand that, right, guys? You can't be out here worshiping motherfuckers, right? First, you got to worship yourself. So you know that you are the God. You are the man, right? Then you can go give people their awards. You can give people their roses. But it's a difference between giving people their roses and sucking their whole, right, guys? All right. So now that we have established that, salute to my guy. Salute to OJJ for the $10 super chat. Much love, my guys, because we're going to get it in today. We're going to definitely get it in today, guys. I want you guys to understand that over here, Mr. Goodbread, he not with the bullshit. Mr. Goodbread, I'm not with none of that bullshit. All right, guys? But I don't even know what the fuck go on in this manosphere as far as I know. All I know is back and forth, up and down my timeline on YouTube. I see the bickering, the back and forth. I see it in the titles. I see it in the community tabs. So it's unavoidable. So I have to touch on this. Yes, it's about time that the Holy Spirit enter this so-called manosphere. You know what I mean? Now, in this manosphere, guys, from what I've done my research on, you have different sectors of the manosphere, right? Correct me when I'm wrong. And at any given time, let me get the link. At any given time, if any one of you worshipers of these people want to jump on here and defend your man because you feel I might be talking about your man, the one that you worship, that's why you live the way you live, and that's why you fucked up the way you fucked up. You know what I mean? Because when you take in these fucked up people ideas and you take their ideas in as beliefs, you get the same results that these people get, but on a much, much lower scale. You do know that, all right? This is why it's important not to take in garbage. You know what I mean? This is why it's important not to be taking in all that entertainment. Separate. You got to separate the difference. You got to know what is entertainment and what is educational. Anything educational, you want to make sure it's truthful and authentic. You know what I mean, guys? And it's no knock to anybody's program. We just going to find out why the manosphere will never, ever see from the same point of view. The dudes in the manosphere, the different sectors, guys. You got different sectors. You got the incel sector. That's where you got the introverts, the guys that they're introverted. You know what I mean? Because you see guys like, this is the secret for my introverts that watch me, right? I'm introverted. Really, I'm an ambivert. But really, I'm an introvert. I like to be dolo. I cook up when I'm dolo, get the best thoughts, right? But here's the thing. I'm an introvert, but I look hip hop. I have this look. I have a natural hip hop look. So me being an introvert does not affect me in society when I go outside because I look like what government Satan Zaddy have programmed the women to like. Kudos to me. Kudos to me. You know what I mean? Chad and Tyrone, stop hating on Pookie and Ray Ray. All right? The Chads and Tyrones in the Manosphere have a real itch for hating on the Pookies and Ray Rays in the Manosphere. And I'm not saying I'm a Pookie or Ray Ray. I'm just saying I have the traits, I have the characteristics of a Pookie and Ray Ray. All right? But we need Chad and Tyrone to stop hating on that. All right? Pookie and Ray Ray. We need y'all to stop hating Chad and Tyrone. They are lames. Yes. They are educated lames. That's their business. They could be that. Let them be that. Those are the guys that are fucking it up. Yes. Those are the guys that think because they have money, they have value. We know that that's not. Money does not equal your masculinity. You know what I mean? We know that. Suits, fresh suits, and government zaddy education do not equal masculinity. A lot of the stuff that Chad and Tyrone has been programmed with, the women are programmed the opposite. So that's Chad and Tyrone problem. You know what I mean? Chad and Tyrone can't teach you how to be a man. Because when Chad and Tyrone get done teaching you how to be a man, Chad and Tyrone going to go run and chase after love and marriage. They're going to chase after the very same thing we just sat here and taught you guys not to do. You know what I mean? It's crazy, guys. But let's get deep into the dirt like cleat shoes. This is why I tell you guys, read your basic instructions, yo. That Bible is the basic instructions. I don't know why America killed God and turned everybody away from his instructions. Who taught you how to be dumb, guys? There is an instruction manual out there that'll tell you how to get this bread, how to get these bitches, how to do it. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. What happened, bro? My little man fucking with the Bible right now. My little man dibbling and dabbling in that sucker. He got the little book. He got the little YouTube channel that'll read it to him. I ran in the room the other day. You know what I mean? He's in there listening to the Book of Jobs. He's finding that story very interesting. This is the new wave, guys. This is the new wave. All that red pill ideology shit that they be teaching y'all, where they get it from, guys? You know where they get them ideologies from, guys? They get that from the holy book, guys. They get that from the first book ever written. And this book was written a long time ago. But you know what's funny about it? Stories in that book remain prevalent and truthful and a fucking fact to this day. So who taught you guys how to be dumb? What, you can't read it? You don't want, like, what if I told you there's $100 million and there's an instruction manual and show you how to get to this $100 million? All you got to do is read it. Why wouldn't you read it, guys? We, as black folks, black people, we got to stop thinking we know everything. And we got to stop thinking that we the truth, when a lot of us haven't picked up a book and read something since we left school. A lot of us haven't read something and took what we read and applied it to ourselves. Not just reading something. I ain't talking about no reading something for your little entertainment, for your little feel good. I'm talking about reading something, taking the information and applying it to yourself. You know what I mean? That take comprehension, motherfucker. Yeah. And a lot of us know-it-alls, think that we know everything, but niggas ain't touch a book, ain't comprehend a motherfucking thing since they left high school or college. So what happened? So how you know everything? You know how much information has changed? You know how much things has changed since you left school, sir, man? Every day, the world is evolving. Every day, you need to be taking in new, useful information. It's never a day will you ever hear Mr. Goodbread sit up here and say, oh, nah, I know too much. I know that already. Or I know that. I know. You don't know nothing. You're running around here acting like you know everything and you know nothing. All of them. All of them in this little manosphere do that too. All of them. Little bitches. Let me put that link right here just in case anybody feel fly. You know what I mean? And y'all all welcome to come up here to defend your man. Defend your man. This is Defend Your Man Saturday. You know what I mean? In case you feel a way about anybody you taking information from. You know what I mean? Because if it ain't Anthony Spade, AMS, they bullshit. What happened? So if you feel a way about what I just said, because you donate and you spend, you invest in them, because they cater to your feel good, to your dopamine hit. Because you know, we got a lot of weak ass dudes. Yeah, I said it. That just want to be entertained all day. Tell me more bad shit about women. Tell me more about the bad women. Tell me more about the bad woman. Yeah, she a dumb bitch. She dumb. But they don't never want to hear no self-improvement. They don't never want to hear how they could distance themselves so they don't ever have to deal with another motherfucking bad woman again. No. You know what I mean? We got to stop that. This is why your favorite content creator fake. Because y'all dudes make it. We're going to talk about it because the people, the audience, y'all play a role in the manosphere. Y'all dictate how these dickheads pull out their content. Y'all dictate how these dickheads trick y'all. Yeah. It's accountability. It's accountability. I told y'all, put y'all beliefs and ideology in y'all locker room before you come in here. And we're going to do that every time before we come in here. Because like I told you guys, I'm not y'all competition. I'm your brother. I'm my brother's keeper. Remember that. Mr. Goodbread, your brother. So don't you dare try to affiliate me or associate me with any bullshit. All right? I only fuck with real shit, guys. Point blank period. If it ain't real, it ain't right. Fake is not the new real to me. Fake not the new real to me. So miss me with all this. Don't mess with him because he talk about this. And how could you talk about God and you talk about the Holy Spirit, but you mess with him? Listen, don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me. Don't play with me like that. I don't know who taught you how to be stupid. I don't know who taught you how to look at somebody that's a believer and put a mold on them, like what they supposed to look like. What a Christian supposed to look like? What a Muslim supposed to look like? What is a Baptist supposed to look like, guys? What they supposed to look like? Who taught you how to be stupid? Who taught you how to be judgmental? Who taught you how to worship labels and titles? We got to get this in our mind, guys. The more dumb shit we intake, the more foolishness we intake to cater to our pleasures, the more we set ourselves back, the more we set our self-healing back. And we need to heal in order to fight in this war. It make no sense in he and ha and giggling and laughing when shorties is not gonna give up. The women are not gonna say, oh, Kevin Samuels is right. I'm a dummy. I just gotta, and just fall in your lap. If you don't make yourself valuable, sir, you ain't gonna have it. You gonna die alone with a pit bull. Yeah. Your favorite content creator won't tell you that though, because you know that'll hurt your feelings. You'll unsubscribe and he be talking some bullshit. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if you unsubscribe, cry, go in the corner. I don't. I'm here to set the record straight and to tell the truth. That's what I get pleasures out of. I get pleasures out of telling the truth. And in telling the truth, I help a lot of people wake the fuck up. And it's going to take some time. But that's all right. I'm here. I got the time. I ain't like none of these fake ass niggas. These niggas be running around here. Man, y'all see what it is. Y'all see what time it is. Miss Goodbread, can you bring me some soda, please? Y'all know what time it is. These niggas be running around here talking all this bullshit. Get offline and go simp. Niggas talk all of this, all this funny shit. Go marry a fat bitch. Niggas talk crazy, yo. Niggas talk crazy in this manosphere. And don't be about that life. Don't be about none of that. Don't be about none of that. They gotta pay to have girls come on their show. They paying chicks to have girls come on their show. You got dudes worshiping Tommy Sotomayor because of what he did back in the days, and now he's simping. He's simping now. He is simping. That's your leader? He's a simp. Yeah. Yeah. Kwame Brown, he come in the game. He capture us. We all like, oh, this is David. Yeah, King David, the simp. What happened? What happened? You got Uncle Dennis running around here. He just looking stupid, yo. He just looks stupid. Absolutely stupid, yo. And he got a bunch of followers. We seen O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's another foolish looking fool that got a big old following, just fooling the people. Fool. Let's go and get into this video, guys, man. Let's go on and get into this video. Now, I mean, guys, this video is one of my favorite videos because it's going to break down exactly what you've been missing, guys. Pay attention, guys, in this one. Need you guys to pay attention, man. Understand that it's not a game out here in these streets, and a lot of people is just so far removed from their spiritual self. It's ridiculous, and we need to get back on over to the spiritual us. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Chat. What's up, guys? What's up? We got one wagon in the house. Frankie Eves, what up, man? What's goody, y'all? What's goody, man? We talking the truth today. We are, no offense, we just talking the truth today. Know what I mean? No names. Y'all already know who we talking about. Know what I mean? I mentioned the very real popular ones, but like I told you guys, all of them. Yeah. Because the alpha males that here, when I say all of them, the alpha males gonna laugh at that shit like, oh, this nigga crazy. But the beta males, y'all gonna get offended by that. Oh, he's saying all of them. He's saying all of them. Yeah, you. All of them suckers. Salute to my guy, OKL. And that's what I'm talking about. My man, OKL, stayed in the back. Let me get it. Let me get y'all. You know what I mean? And now he like, all right, coast is clear. My man stated his point. Now I'm going to come in and just be there, you know what I mean, with my guy, because we know what's right. If they knew better, they'd do better, right? Okay, let them know what it is.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to the people, man. Y'all know who it is, Mr. OKL coming at y'all. Shout out to Goodbread. Y'all seen the title. We ain't got time to play. The lid is off. We gonna let it all out. You understand me? We gonna let it all out.
Let's get it. Let's get this video loaded up right now. We got it. We ready?
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Oh, y'all thought we gonna play like we finna come in today.
Yeah, we going all the way in today. We going all the way in, man. We going all the way in.
Cause I'm getting tired of all these, you know what I'm saying, like these incel 2.0s calling themselves Applebuds and all this shit, and they fucking up the whole system right now.
Whole fact. They worse than these chicks, man. They running from God themselves.
Come on now. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all didn't do so already, make sure y'all.
I told you that everything happening in the world today was predicted in a book that was written over
If y'all didn't do so already, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. That helps my brother with that algorithm, all right?
All right, guys, y'all. Just kick back, grab y'all popcorn, roll y'all blunts. You know what I mean? Pop y'all Coronas, pop y'all Henny, relax, and let's just wave out, man. Please put y'all red pill ideologies. If y'all ain't put them in y'all lockers, put that shit underneath your desk for right now, guys. And intake some real shit, bro. Y'all niggas be running around here taking too much garbage. intake some real shit, bro. Word. Okay, at any given time, do you want me to stop the video? Just give me the signal, you know what I mean?
I got you, brother.
What would you say if I told you that everything happening in the world today was predicted in a book that was written over 2,000 years ago? Would you believe me? What if I showed you irrefutable evidence that not only proves the accuracy of these prophecies, but also lays out a roadmap for future events that will change the world as we know it? Then, would you believe me? The information I'm about to lay out for you has been discussed for thousands of years. However, our generation is the only generation in the history of the world who is lucky enough to see these things come to pass, and it's happening right before our very eyes. Now, at this point, some of you may be saying to yourselves, but the Bible was written by men, and Jesus Christ is just a myth. So why should we believe in some fairy tale from a time long ago? Fairy tale? Myth? Actually, this couldn't be further from the truth. The truth of the matter is that Jesus Christ was an actual historical figure whose life was well documented in non-biblical historical records. He was even documented performing miracles. His crucifixion, resurrection, and ascension are all matters of historical record. Real historians and scholars from all over the world agree on these things, and anyone who investigates these matters for themselves will reach the same conclusions. And I'm not talking about just Googling something or reading articles written by people who have an agenda. I'm talking about source material, original documents, and historical records. These things have no agenda and are not open to interpretation. They simply tell it as it is. Now, we could go on for hours talking about this, but I'll just leave you with this clip from Lee Strobel's The Case for Christ.
I remember going alone in my room, and I took a yellow legal pad and put a line down the middle. And on one side, I started to list all of the evidence I had encountered for Jesus Christ being the Son of God. And on the other side, all the negative evidence against that. And I wrote page after page. And finally, I put my pen down. I said, wait a minute. In light of this avalanche of evidence pointing toward the truth of Christianity, it would require more faith for me to maintain my atheism than to become a follower of Jesus Christ.
Brad, we don't listen. You give him free promotion to the ads.
Now that we've established that Jesus Christ is a real person, let's take a look at some of his words and the prophecies he made and see if they hold up in modern times. So one day, some of Jesus' followers came to him and asked, "What shall be the signs of thy coming and of the end of the world?" Jesus gave them a list of things to look out for. And then in Matthew 24:7, he says this, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earth."
Yo.
I'm glad you stopped it right there.
Perfect. Yo,
I'm happy
guys,
you stopped it right there.
keep in mind, guys, don't be stupid, yo. Don't be dumb. I know you. I can hear it. I can hear it already, guys. I can hear it. I'm healed. Oh, it's mad white people in the video. It's mad. I don't give a fuck what color is the people in the video, guys. Don't miss the message. Don't be stupid with the stupid, foolish shit, guys. For too long, we've been with the stupid, foolish racism distraction. All right? It wouldn't matter what the fuck color he is. The content and the context of that book, the instructions, is written for a black man to win. So it wouldn't matter who wrote it.
And just to piggyback off that point, Marcus Garvey said it best. All Africans ain't good Africans. That's why he didn't want all, that's why he wasn't trying to save all black people. And I say that to say this. It don't matter where the message is coming from. You got devils in the white and the black community. You got devils in the Spanish community. You got Satan in all communities. So the white boy saying it should not take away from the understanding that you get from it. Well said, Mr. Goodbread.
Well said, bro. Right. Well said, bro.
Earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. The beginning of sorrows, meaning when you see these things take place, there is no turning back. These events are going to set off a chain reaction, resulting in the end of the world as we know it, or as it's called biblically, the day of the Lord. All the things he said are coming to pass right before our very eyes. Let's break it down. Nation against nation. The word used in the original manuscripts for nation is ethnos, meaning a race, that is, a tribe. So ethnos versus ethnos, or
Or ethnicity versus ethnicity, guys. Pretty much.
Ethnicity.
Right.
That's how you pronounce
Right.
it.
Thank
Ethnicity
you.
versus ethnicity. And then all that's doing is going into the etymology. What does etymology mean? It's the chronological history of how that word came about. So
Bingo.
it makes sense. It makes 100% sense.
Yep.
Race versus race. Sound familiar? What about kingdom versus kingdom? Well,
I just touched on that. Race versus race is always going to be a divide. You're always going to have your Cain versus Abel. It'll always be a split. Just like in the Manosphere. You have your Pookies and Ray Rays versus your Chads and Tyrones. You have your black light skin versus you have your black man versus your light skinned man. You have your educated versus you have your non-educated. So it's always a division, always a divide and conquer.
It got to a point where now we got man versus woman now.
Yeah, exactly. I was getting to it. Let's play that one back. How important it is. And these are all things that the Bible, guys, puts you on to. All things right here is what the Bible puts you on to.
But no, Mr.Goodbread, the white man, he reading it, so
And
this ain't a good lesson for me.
He wrote it. The white man wrote it. He wrote how to escape poverty. He wrote how to make your woman submit. He gave me all that information in this book, and it's fake. You know what I mean? The whole gender war is biblical. But they'll run to go pay $900 to the fake ass dating coach rather than go. You can get a Bible for $5. You can get the Bible for free on the internet.
You could download it on your app. You could download the Bible on your phone, whichever version you want. But guess what these boys do? $900 to a red pill dating coach, and they don't get a lick of pussy. They just pay for it.
Who taught y'all how to be stupid? We need the audience to hippen up, wisen up. They done took everything this man handed down to us for our desires, for our pleasures, and they pimped it and made it into a business. Everything. And the Manosphere is no different. And that's why they suffering. That's why they bickering.
Right. If you're not paying this red pill guy, if you didn't pay him, he don't respond to you. He don't even talk to you. But you got to pay him for these basic instructions that the Bible gives you for free.
Motherfuckers be out here teaching motherfuckers that one size shoe fit all women. Niggas, you can teach nigga, it's to the point where you automatically know a nigga favorite dating coach by let him talk for 5 minutes, right? You get into the red pill conversation and you hear a nigga talk for 5 minutes. You already know his favorite dating coach. You already know who, because everybody reading from the same playbook. Everybody in the Manosphere is reading from the same playbook. So I don't know why the fuck are we bickering about who sound like who, or who stole this, or who stole that. Y'all all stole the shit from the Bible, and y'all all going to hell because ain't none of y'all giving the man his praise. You know what I mean? Then you'll have your ones talking about, oh yeah, we doing God work. You ain't doing no God work. Y'all niggas is all working for the devil. Y'all working for the unholy trinity. Remember, the unholy trinity consists of Lucifer, government zaddy Satan, Lilith, and these modern women, and then the false prophets that benefit off of the people being stupid. Come at me now. Who want to challenge that? Who want to challenge that?
Nobody's going to challenge.
Because we got a lot of know-it-alls, Mr. OK. I put the link in there. We got a lot, and you know how they do on these channels, right? You got the Chads and Tyrones that'll come hit that link and try to out-educate us, but they unemotionally intelligent, so they can't win. You know what I mean? Because they education tied to their emotions, so they can't fuck with us, okay? Then you'll get the hating ass Pookie and Ray Ray jump on, click that link, and think they're gonna out thug us and out scream us. You know what I mean? Because we on the internet. Because we on the internet. But if we was in New York, if we was in the middle of Times Square in New York, I slap cold shit out of them. You know, and so they would never, ever try to play that bullshit.
That's where they get it twisted at, Goodbread. That's where they get it twisted at.
Listen, man, the Holy Spirit that entered the Manosphere today. You know what I mean? Yes, Yes.
Yeah.
He said are coming to pass right before our very eyes. Let's break it down. Nation against nation. The word used in the original manuscripts for nation is ethnos, meaning a race, that is, a tribe. So ethnos versus ethnos, or race versus race. Sound familiar? What about kingdom versus kingdom? Well, we see this playing out live on TV every single day, and it has been for well over 100 years.
The first time China has expelled and actively denounced the U.S. for what it calls the illegal trespass of a warship off the Shisha Islands.
India and China will be holding their 7th military-level talks on Monday. The meet is expected to not only take stock of the situation on ground, but also the measures on de-escalation by the Chinese side.
Heavy fighting between Armenia and Azerbaijan has continued for another day.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Yo, salute to my God.
Facts.
To my guy Zilla the God for the $5 super chat. You want to read that for me? Okay.
Absolutely. Zilla the God says it's hard for people to unlearn things that they've been force fed. That's absolutely correct, man. Go ahead, break it down. It's good, bro.
That is absolutely 100. See, the problem is our parents, they force fed us a bunch of bullshit. But we love our parents because that's our mama. We love our mama. We love a hell of a mother. We never let it go. We love a hell of a mother. We never let it go. But you know what I mean? But our hell of a mother taught us some things that she didn't know better. She didn't know anything other than what she taught us. You know what I mean? But just because she didn't know, don't give her the right to teach us some bullshit, which she taught us some bullshit. You know what I mean?
No,
they raised us off of fear. They didn't raise us off of, yo, take risks. Yo, you're going to have to take risks to win. They raised us off of fear and what government zaddy programmed them with. You know what I mean? So all of us is programmed to be a loser. And it ain't until we change the laws of our mind and come on over to some real education and educate ourselves that we're going to learn and we're going to win.
That's
you know what I mean? And that's
that was well said. I don't even got nothing else to say. That was well said, perfectly said.
That's a fact. You know what I mean? They put too much onus on this mother title. So like by default, the mother taught us how to be good citizens. Wrong. If we ain't have father correction in our life, then we fucked up. We responsible for changing the laws of our mind on our own. Ain't nobody gonna change it for us. And ain't no dating coach gonna tell us how to change it. You gotta come to God, nigga. That's what it is. You gotta make a covenant. You gotta make a covenant. You gotta go MGTOW and come to God. That's what MGTOW is for you that didn't know that.
Hey, by the way, Mr. OKL has MGTOW Mondays every Monday, so y'all
plug that. Right. MGTOW ain't got a goddamn thing to do with girls and women. MGTOW got everything to do with going into your lonely season and coming to your God. Getting them ideas from him and putting actions to those ideas and changing yourself, bro. That's what it is.
I'm telling you, Goodbread, like that's why on my MGTOW Mondays, I teach people that, you know, it's not just about women. You know what I'm saying? It could be family. It could be a relationship with your brothers or your cousins or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you got to go MGTOW, but it has nothing to do with you going MGTOW on a woman. All right. I just wanted to plug that in real quick. I don't know if everybody thinks MGTOW is like incel shit or you know, they're getting teachers from these dating coaches that
exactly
about women. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, right, Mr. Goodbread? Like, go ahead, bro.
What you're saying, but let me tell you where the confusion come in at. The confusion come in at when you got other sectors of the manosphere that are bash their own brothers because their brothers is lacking something. We all lack in areas. We all lack. Not even Mr. Goodbread lack something. That's why Mr. Goodbread know the network.
Nobody's perfect. And that's my problem with this manosphere today. One of my biggest problems is, okay, let's say Cynthia G does something and she says, kill all black men. You don't even see women jumping down her throat. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just leave her alone or some agree with her. If somebody did, you don't hear it. But let a black man do something in the manosphere. It's all this little gossip. It's all this You know, everybody gotta have their own little kingdom and their own space instead of connecting with each other, like how the women do in their little circle. They got each other back every single time. The girl could be listening to Cardi B, shaking her butt, cheating on her boyfriend, and guess what the girl gonna say? Well, what did he do? That's what the girl's gonna say. That's called having each other's back. That's called a sisterhood. And our shit, we bash each other, talk shit about each other, put each other down, make 9-hour videos about each other. That shit is bullshit, man.
Absolutely foolishness. And Zilla the God, you already know, bro. You already, Zilla the God got a new spot in the class, bro. Zilla the God, he is the enforcer of the classroom, bro. He will let us know if when our feet is on their neck too much, he'll tell us to take it off. And when we need to put our feet on their neck more, he'll guide us to put our feet on his neck more. And salute to my motherfucking nigga. Salute to my motherfucking God. And for those of you that's like, how you talk about God and you curse so much? Show me in the Bible where I can't do that. Especially when y'all gravitate to that. That's how I get y'all attention. Y'all like that. If I come on here and I talk to you like, hi guys, this is this. Y'all gonna take me for a sucker ass Christian, right? Y'all gonna take me for a dumb ass Christian because God devil done fooled y'all. As we gonna get into, the devil done fooled y'all. We shun Christians. Yeah. You got people questioning Mace. You got people actually worrying about what he used to do rather than what he's saying today. You see the stupidness in people?
It's called repentance. They don't know nothing about repenting. That's why.
They don't know nothing. They don't know how it works.
Anything about that.
They don't know how it works. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be cursing, guys. This is how it works right here, right? I'm not supposed to be cursing. Cursing and carrying on like that is sinful. It's not one of the major sins, right? But here's the thing, guys. I'm a realist.
It's not sinful, man.
I'm helping. But listen, let me break it down. Let me break it to the molecule form.
Go ahead.
Right? This how sins and karma and blessings work, guys, in real life. All right. For those of you that think you're doing something and you're not doing nothing, this is how that work, guys. These tattoos on me. Let me cam up real quick for this motherfucking shit. These tattoos on me, guys. Before I got on my journey, I got
talk your shit.
These are sinful. These I'm not supposed to have these. These are an abomination, right? So I have to pay for that. I know that, and I'm accountable of that. Yesterday, I went out there and I got fucking hit by a bike. I got hit by a whole bike. And then knocked me the fuck down. Phone knocked out. I picked the phone up, finished the conversation, kept it going. That is bad karma. I got hit by a whole bike. I didn't get killed, but I got hit by a bike. So that could have been my payment for these, or for the other meisty shit I done did during the day. That, I mean, I'm not perfect, but I know I got hell to pay. And this is the problem with people. Y'all doing funny shit, thinking that y'all ain't got hell to pay, and you got hell to pay. Now, one thing I can't tell you is how much hell you gonna pay, how long is your suffering, and I don't know that. Nobody know that. Only yourself and your creator know that. You know what I mean? But hold on. If you're living the up and down life, you know the people that life is not peaches and cream. That's a lie. Life ain't peaches and cream for them because they live the up and down life. They do something good, then they fuck it up. Then they do something good, they inconsistent with how they handle God's order. And being inconsistent equals up and down, roller coaster life. Ever since I've been following them instructions the right way to the T, not shitting on people, giving people a chance, you know what I mean, forgiving people that do me wrong. You know that the shit that is hard, it's so hard for the regular, for the average, for the sheep. Ever since I've been doing that, and I'm constantly helping. I do this shit for free in my sleep. I don't ask for nothing. You guys know how we do over here. I just ask you guys to pay for the class by hitting the like button. I'm not gunning you down. I'm not running you guys down. You know what I mean? I'm not running you down for super chats. I don't have a big old collection plate running around here. No. Because what I tell you guys, I use my money to buy my peace. Once I bought my peace, that solidified my happiness. So I'm no longer in the race like how the other dudes in the manosphere, they're in a race. They're in a race to get better bitches that they never had access to tell you the truth. I'm sorry to tell you guys. But yeah, they teaching you. They're teaching and learning at the same time. Yo, they're teaching.
Salute,
They're
Mr. O. He
learning.
say shalom, shalom.
God, take it over for me, okay, man.
No, you broke it down to a T. It's almost like a business. You know, people got to look at, this like a business because, okay, yeah, this business is successful. Yeah, you're making money, but there's issues still. That's like repentance. You're still going to fight obstacles. You're still going to have to pay for the things that you did. Your life ain't just going to be easy peasy. Mr. Goodbread just broke it down very wonderfully. We've done things in our past that we got to pay for. That don't mean that we're not righteous, but also just keep this in mind. You still got to pay for it. You still have to deal with the consequences of your sins. It's like you said, it's like karma. It's like what goes around comes around. You know what I'm saying?
You reap what you sow. You know that line. The women love using that. You reap what you sow. They don't know that they done reaped a whole lot of shit. They gonna reap a whole lot of shit. They done sold a whole lot of shit.
Listen, that's what accountability means. Like, we understand that it's one word, but the accountability is just basically you reaping what you sow. In a sense, if you did something, then take accountability for the repercussions.
Right.
Point blank, period.
And stop running from it. A lot of niggas is running from their spiritual spirit. A lot of dudes is running from their spiritual spirit like y'all Lilith. A lot of dudes act like they Lilith. We understand that we may have been raised by a Lilith. She might have put a sprinkle on us, a hell of a mother. But we ain't got to continue to carry on and act like her and keep those traits, guys. We don't have to keep those traits. We can get rid of those traits by educating ourselves. Let's stop watching all the nonsense. Let's stop watching all the entertainment. But let's get back to this video, man. This shit, man, we gonna cook.
Now, before we get in, shout out to the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Yes, indeed. We got Supreme 10 in the house. We got Bella B in the house. Yeah,
yes,
we got all the people that know what's up coming on in the class, and I appreciate y'all because that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need so many people gonna need to be awoke because when it go down, it's gonna go down. No lie. Me and Mr.Goodbread and okay, we ain't helping niggas, yo. I'm not helping no beta males, and I'm not helping no modern women. I'm not helping no beta males and no modern women. Get it how y'all been getting it. The Lucifer and the Lilith spirit, I will not be helping. And that's on life. You know what I mean, class? And y'all shouldn't help them either, class. If I was y'all, those of you that know what y'all know and know that it's real, I wouldn't help a motherfucker that sat here and played on his intelligence. I wouldn't help him. In fact, it's like Cain. He don't want you to help him. You remember what happened with Cain, right? Because he ain't want to sacrifice and he killed his brother, so he took his purpose away. He could have killed that man, but he didn't kill him. He took his purpose away and got him roaming around here. Like 80% of niggas roaming around the internet just looking for, let me hear who talking bad about women. Let me hear, because y'all scared to sacrifice that old ego of your hell of a mother. That's the old ego, your old status. Get rid of your old status and get your whole new coat that God got waiting for you, y'all. You know that? That's what it's all about. It's about going from Adam to any one of those other alpha males in that book, guys. Stay away from Samson, though, because Samson is not alpha, all right? Sorry to bust your bubble. But, you know what I mean? Samson is equivalent to these dating coaches that tell you, oh, go in the gym and get your body and get your... That's Samson. That's still beta and that's still simpish, you know what I mean? If you're not in that gym for your overall health and to build your confidence, then you just as good as the 71% Lilith bitches that go get fake ass and the fake hair and shit. That's a costume you putting on. You ain't alpha until you make the cover with your maker, bro. Point blank and period. Bella B says, the one who lack knowledge will perish. For the lack of knowledge, I am all the way woke, bro. You already know. You already know. That's what I like to hear. Let's not play. We can educate ourselves out of any situation, guys. We are not victims.
Kingdom.
At all.
Armenia and Azerbaijan has continued for another day.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
The kingdom of the West versus the kingdom of the East. And it's not just about war. It's about ideologies, domination, and control. Kingdom.
Told you. And this is all in the Bible, guys. It's not about nothing but control. Everybody want control. Everybody want power.
Versus kingdom. There shall be famines. According to the United Nations, the world is on the brink of a biblical famine caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. 135 million people in 55 countries experienced acute food insecurity in 2019. 135 million people. And that was last year, before COVID-19. Let's put that into perspective. 135 million people. That's almost half of the entire population of the world when Jesus was alive. There will be famines. Pestilence. The word pestilence means a plague, literally the disease. Can you think of anything that matches the description?
Guys, so that we all on the same page, he's quoting everything. This man, we broke down the Bible in the biblical form. He's explaining everything we can extract from the basic instructions that I tell you guys every day to read. You can extract everything to fit what's going on today. Mind you, this book was written how many years ago? And everything in that book relates to today to the T. Gotta remember, guys, our generation, us, we lived to see this shit. We're gonna be here to see this shit. We living through this shit right here. Not our, you know what I mean? Us. We are the lucky ones. You know what I mean? Not the baby boomers, not the Generation Xers, the millennials, guys.
Of the disease. Not only that, but people are the sickest they've ever been, historically speaking. We have modern.
That's a fact. And we talking mental health wise, period. You see obesity is out there through the roof. Nothing but big chicks running around here. Big unhealthy sisters running around here in tight leather succubus outfits.
My body, my choice.
I went to the club the other day. When I tell you, 96% of the club was with them. And they was just all stiff as they wanted to be, just dancing all stiff, two-stepping, and you can see where they all sucked up. They can't even move. They ain't got no mobility because the outfit's so fucking tight, sucking in all the fat. Like, come on, man. We gotta take better care of ourselves.
60% of American women are obese. 60% plus.
Word.
I just want to put that stat out.
That's a fact. And that's a crack. Ironically, millennial generation is the 13th generation. Yep. That's what I like.
All right,
Man, we on and popping, man. The chat know what it is, B. No face, white shoes. You already know, bro.
Shout out to the fucking chat, by the way.
Salute to the chat. Y'all popped out to this one, yo. I love critical thinkers. I attract to critical thinkers. You know what I mean? I wouldn't care if I only had 36 subs. If they 36 critical thinkers, we could roll. Word up.
Did you read Supreme 2190 rule?
Oh no, let me see that.
I like that one. I like that one.
All right, let's hit it up.
So Supreme 10 says 2190 rule. It takes 21 days to change one's habit, and it takes 90 days to change one's lifestyle. Bomb point.
Facts.
Bomb point.
That is facts, guys.
And what the class think about that, Mr. Goodbread?
The class think that shit fire. Hold on, class. What y'all think about that one? That's what's up, though. And guys, let me piggyback off of that. Supreme 10. You know that you put 10,000 hours in any studies, any field of work, any field. You put 10,000 hours of research and studies in that field, and you become an expert without a fucking degree or diploma. They don't tell you that in school, though. 10,000 hours in any field, and you become an expert in that field without the motherfucking control of government Satan Zaddy. Yeah, we gonna cook today. But back to this medicine shit. These motherfuckers got cures for everything. They ain't trying to give you guys the cures for nothing. Why the fuck they gonna give you the cure for something when they could just have you needing them and depending on them? This is the strategy they use for everything. They give you feel good, just enough to feel good and have to come back to them. They ain't trying to give y'all no cure to nothing. Same thing like your dating coaches. Same thing like your favorite manosphere con artists, content creators. They give you just enough to have you coming back. You know what I mean? Half the shit they say, you don't even know what the fuck they talking about, because you gotta experience it. You can't just take in any piece of content, make it a belief. You gotta experience it. What works for him might not work for you, sir. This is why you got to come to God, because God talked to us individually. He put in ideas in your head that you gonna need to win. Those ideas might not be the ideas he put in my head that I need to win. So why the fuck is we taking in ideas from a man? Come on, guys. Use your head.
Medicine and drugs that don't heal people. Rather, they keep people sick and just manage their symptoms. That's why it's not called the healthcare industry. It's called the sick care industry. According to the World Health Organization, 29 million people die each year from preventable diseases that could be cured with proper diet and exercise. Pestilence,
Battery 5. Matthew,
earthquakes, and diverse places.
Despite what you may have heard in the past, this is the compiled data from the USGS from over the last 100 years. Keep in mind that we're not talking about the millions of microtremors that can now be detected from the distribution of more numerous and sensitive sensors.
Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from,
but strictly data from the larger earthquakes that can be felt by people beginning at 6.3 and up on the Richter scale, that could be easily detected by early 19th century sensors from virtually anywhere in the world. This data shows what the USGS and other organizations do not want you to see.
It shows that the earthquakes are increasing in intensity and they are increasing in frequency. This is exactly the description that was prophesied.
Now, these aren't the only things that Jesus told us would happen before the day of the Lord occurs. He also said, Matthew 24:9, "Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake." We see this exact scenario playing out right now all over the world. Places like China and North Korea have underground churches where their members risk death if caught. We see groups like ISIS lining Christians up and decapitating them on camera, and then uploading the footage online for the whole world to see. Not only that, he said, "Ye shall be hated for my name's sake." And that's exactly what's happening in society as a whole. People are embracing this newfound hatred for Christians and for Jesus Christ.
I just spoke to you guys about that. I know they don't like me. I know they don't like my black ass. I know they don't like me in the manosphere. I know they don't like
hate you. They're going to hate you.
Yeah, you're going to have to deal with me, though. You're going to have to. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. We coming, okay? Yeah. I know.
You know I'm the silent killer. I'm just in the background with a sword.
Lucifer got all of them brainwashed. Like, don't like them people. Them people is the devil. Whole time, only the devil could tell you that.
Christians are now being looked down upon and treated like some kind of disease that needs to be cleansed from the earth. Ye shall be hated from.
Yeah, that's a fact, though. Motherfuckers,
that's real talk.
They come to the channel, right? They come to the channel, okay? As soon as they hear what I'm talking about, if I'm talking about Bible, motherfuckers link, they drop right off. Boop. Oh shit. Oh
yep.
Oh no.
Get up out of there. Get up out of there. We don't want to hear that shit.
Yo, just like bitches. Just like the bitches, just like Lilith. Lilith ran to the Red Sea. Just like how Lilith ran to the Red Sea, dudes are run.
My namesake. Matthew 24:10, "And then many shall be offended, and many shall betray one another, and shall hate one another." Many shall be
Oh my God, yo.
He dropping bombs.
And this is all in the Bible. This is all in the Bible. And we giving credit where credit is due today. We giving it to the Most High today. We giving credit to the Most High today, guys. Yes, we
And,
are. Whatever your
and that's
God
what
is.
people are doing. In the manosphere right now, they're betraying each other. You got people calling each other, trying to get people to stop messing with other people and, behind each other's back and like that's weird stuff. Like we're not supposed to be doing that in the manosphere. And I'm gonna piggyback off what I said earlier. These women, no matter what, the girl could be shaking ass, sucking penis, you know what I'm saying, on Monday, and on Tuesday she's gonna have a pro-black community woman saying that she's a black queen and y'all need to protect her. They don't care about the detriment. They just got a band of sisterhood. Whereas us in this brotherhood, we just got leeches and we got, a whole bunch of people that want the power and they want all the glory. They want to build that Tower of Babel and they want that tower to reach to the gods. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all that shit causes this confusion inside what we call the manosphere. It's bullshit.
That's a whole fact, yo, class. What y'all got to say about that, class? Y'all been quiet today, class. Class been quiet today. They ain't memorized. The students in here today, they like, yo, man, listen, I ain't nothing to say. Y'all saying everything, right? Right? Like,
It's right there. It's signed and stitched right in front of your face.
All right, now, motherfuckers. Like, come on,
now. Sound familiar? It's no secret that society has become ultra sensitive, and now people get offended by every little thing. You can't even speak about ideas anymore without someone taking it the wrong way and hating you for it. People call it political correctness or cancel culture, and the Bible told us this would happen. Many shall be offended. Check. And then Jesus said in Matthew 24:11, and many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. False prophets deceive.
Bingo! Jackpot. OKL. Touch on it. Speak on it. Matthew 24:11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
What's there to speak on? What's there to speak on? I mean, you got a lot of false prophets that's running around here calling themselves alpha. And like you said, the topic is basically on the manosphere, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. The leaders of our young black youths, the so-called leaders, because what makes everybody a prophet, guys, if you have the ability and have the position to where you hold influence over the masses and you speak up, then you are a prophet. Whether you like it or not, you're a prophet.
That's it.
Now, what you speak and what you speak, now, if that's false, then you are a false prophet. And that's that. You know what I mean? And we have a lot of those amongst us in the manosphere, in the black manosphere. You know what I mean? A false prophet deceives the people because he promised to make you better, but in the back end of that, he just needs your money. He just wants your money. He ain't fitting to make you no better than you were before you gave him your money.
Just like we were talking about these motherfucking dating coaches and these goddamn, manosphere red pill gurus who weren't never red pill in their life, where they jump on YouTube and then if you're not super chatting them, then they're not responding to you. If you're not, supporting them financially, they're not saying anything to you. They're not helping you with shit. And that's not what a prophet does.
Absolutely not. Guys, you got to understand, guys, you have science teachers and then you have scientists. You got to start gravitating to the scientists, all right? The guys that don't read from a playbook, the guys that read from their actual experience in life. Those are going to be the ones that know.
Deceiving many. Again, this should sound very familiar to a lot of you. We have people like Joel Osteen, Kenneth Copeland, and basically the entire NAR movement who are leading people in the wrong direction by preaching a false gospel to their millions of followers. There are hundreds of examples of this. The false gospel is being preached, and concepts like repentance and hell are being excluded from the Bible because people are too scared to talk about them. False prophets. Check. Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Iniquity, otherwise known as wickedness or sinfulness. It's running rampant in our world. Just turn on the TV and wait 5 seconds. You'll see.
Scovy for PrEP, a once-daily prescription medicine.
And that's a whole fact, guys. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Y'all know, y'all see it. Everything that is foolish is glorified. Everything that is foolish in our society is glorified. Everything stupefied gets put on a pedestal. Fake is now the new real. Anything traditional gets frowned upon, while anything modern gets pushed to the heavens.
It's 100% facts. And you see it in front of your eyes.
That's a fact.
That helps lower the chances of getting HIV through sex.
Hold on.
Move! The subject's
Your
closed.
background is real.
So,
okay.
No, I actually was just gonna read what Mr. O said. He said, "I'm a philosopher prophet based on my astrological natal chart, but don't believe in astrology or horoscope, but find it ironic." Okay.
Yo, Mr. O, I'm gonna be doing some videos on astrology too, because astrology is in the Bible too. God said not to worship it, but it can be used. It can be used as a tool. All it is a tool. You know what I mean? But it definitely can be used. And see, the thing with astrology is a lot of motherfuckers don't like astrology because they like to put this mask on, and they don't want people to know who they really are. And see, with astrology pinpoints a person's actual raw nature. You know what I mean? God made astrology, the stars and the moons. And in fact, astrology is mentioned very early in the Bible, like before Adam and Eve was made, when he made the stars. Yeah. So we're going to definitely touch on that. We're going to touch on astrology.
That's a true point.
Because you can learn a lot. Those of you that need dating advice and relationship advice, you can learn a lot by studying your partners or the person you're dealing with, by studying their sign, their horoscope sign, to teach you a lot. And by knowing your horoscope sign, it can teach you where the areas you need help on. Because it's a lot of emotional signs. It's a lot of fiery signs. You know what I mean, you guys? It's the way you play with it, yo. The book of Genesis, yes, sir. Let me see. A lot of people don't get past the Adam and Eve story, or they just skip to the Adam and Eve story. The Genesis story is my favorite chapter, one of my favorite chapters, because that's my guide. That's where the birth of Abraham is too, guys. See, I gotta read past that Adam, that apple and shit. You know what I mean? You gotta read past that apple. Hell yeah, Zilla the God. Astrology is real, and people don't like it because it puts them in front of the mirror. It puts their ass right in front of the mirror. Face Fact said, after my encounter with the Devil's Church, aka the Family Court, and yo,
you called it out right. That was exactly what that was called.
Yep, that's the Devil's backyard. He on point. He know what he's talking about. The Devil's backyard. That's right there by the Red Sea. Right there. That's where Lilith drag you. That's where him and Lilith beat the shit out of us men. That's where they get us. Yeah, don't forget, they got the Devil's Playground, which is Hollywood. They got the Devil's Workshop. That's them schools. Remember, schools, the workshop programs the people to be beta. School program the kids to be beta. You know what I mean?
100%. You don't learn about finance in school. You don't learn about, family and business and things of that nature.
You learn how to obey your boss for your next chapter in life. You're gonna be working for somebody. You're gonna be making somebody rich. So
right.
That's what school is there to teach you how to obey him.
That's a whole nother church right there.
Mm-hmm. Remember, the schools control the children. The church controls the parents, the mothers, and the prisons control the fathers, guys. That's how that works in America.
Shout out to you, Face
Don't get caught. Yep.
It's a robot that is designed to molest children.
Another thing Jesus said in Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. This is a curious one. The gospel of Jesus Christ shall be preached to the whole world, and then the end will come. This news story from late 2018 really hits the nail on the head for this one. This missionary was killed by an uncontacted tribe on a remote island off the coast of India in late 2018. And this island is thought to be the last place on earth, literally, where Christian missionaries have never been. He was killed preaching the gospel to literally the last place on earth where the gospel had never been preached. And think about this. What happened since then? Basically everything. Since that time, late 2018, the world has gotten exponentially worse. And it's actually quite astonishing how fast things have declined since that time. The gospel shall be preached to the entire world. Check. All these things Jesus warned about have come to pass, or are coming to pass right now. But what about the rest of the Bible? What other prophecies have been fulfilled regarding end times events? Well, the list can go on for miles, so we're just going to cover a few of them here. The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Now, if that ain't a motherfucking truth, they shut this book down, bro. Nobody believes in this book. Everybody is going to and fro. Everybody's traveling back and forth all the way around the country. It's crazy.
That's a fact.
It's spooky. It's spooky.
They done turned the book into the boogeyman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They shall run to and fro. According to the FAA, over 1 million people fly every single day. On top of that, there's an estimated 1.4 billion cars on the road globally, with more being added every single day. There can be no mistaking it. Our generation has more people going to and fro than any other point in history. Many shall run to and fro. Check. And knowledge shall be increased. This one is no mystery. With the advent of internet, smartphones, and technology, more people have access to the collective knowledge of all of humanity combined than ever before.
What you said, okay? That's a fact.
No, that's a fact. We living in a digital world. You got kids that are 8 years old, 9, 10, that got access to things they shouldn't have access to, but they got it. Why, Mr. Goodbread? Because today we living in the age of information and knowledge. So they're able to look at, let's just go ahead and call it out. They're able to look at porn. They're on TikTok looking at, all types of booty shaking videos, where back then they didn't have access to that. Y'all got to pay attention to what's being said here, man.
It's a whole fact, guys. A whole fact.
For approximately 4.57.
Hold on. Face Fact said they reading out that Rainbow Bible. That's a fact. Yes.
Right.
They call it colors. It's not called the Bible no more. It's called colors. COLOR.
A billion people in the world have access to the internet. Compare that with the 300 million that were alive during Jesus' time, and there could be no mistaking it. Knowledge has increased to levels that would be considered impossible by the people living in biblical times. Knowledge shall be increased. Check. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. So this prophecy.
That's a fact. That's what y'all doing. I hope none of my good brads are giving heed to seducing. Okay, you gotta kill your background. It's echoing. It's sounding crazy.
All right.
I hope y'all not departing from your faith, guys. Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of the devils, because the devil got a lot of doctrines out there. He got a lot of ideologies out there. Because God says it's about the family. God says it's about the family, guys. You know what I mean? So let's see who promotes the family. Whatever program promotes the family, that's the program I'm kind of gearing towards.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we all know that MGTOW promotes the family. All that's saying is go your own way, gather yourself, gather your thoughts, and come back and get back on the horse and try to build your legacy. You know what I mean? Red pill, we gotta hold that up right now, because the red pill ideologies say, you know what I mean? The red pill Now that's a whole nother. We got to get to the Tower of Babel because the red pill ideologies is all over the place. Red pill dating coaches teach you whatever they lack. They teach you to maximize out on whatever their strengths are, but they don't. They stay away from what they lack. So if you got a dating coach that ain't got no game, but he got the look, so he gonna tell you it's all about your looks. You know what I mean? Because he can't tell you how to talk to a bitch. Because all he do is pump iron, pick things up and look and put them down. You know what I mean? So you got those red pill coaches. Then you got the other red pill coaches that tell you, you know what I mean? Don't get married. You know what I mean? Don't have kids. Don't start a legacy. So that's the exact opposite of what God is preaching. You know what I mean? You gotta have a coach that tell you straight up and down, yo. You do what the fuck you want to do. You're gonna have to live with the decisions that you make. I'm just gonna guide you into making better decisions by showing you how I made bad choices, and this is what the fuck happened to me. That's what I'm here to do. So don't lump Mr.Goodbread and OKL with any of this fuckery shit that go on in the manosphere. All right? We too real for that. We too real for that. All right? We represent God. We work for God.
And just to say it, you know, what's your slogan? We don't cater to any groups. We don't cater to any religion. We don't cater to any ideologies, etc. So don't mix us up with manosphere, red pill, you know, this and that. You know what I'm saying? We ourselves. And that's just how we're supposed to be today. Please don't mix us up with that. But I wanna touch on the verse, 1 Timothy 4:1. I want to read again to it. Says, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. Some, you know, like you said, they're not listening to the Bible. They're not listening to the instructions. They're not using their common sense. Like I said before to you when we was on the phone conversation, I believe it's in Psalms. It says that make wisdom your cousin, and your cousin is your family, somebody you'll die and kill about. So if you understand that metaphor, then you would understand what the Bible's talking about. People go away from their wisdom, and they just go. They give heed to seducing spirits. They give heed to this worldly shit that's going on. That's why we got our Pokies and Ray Rays. That's why we got our 71% of women out here. You know, that some of them claim they're good girls, but they, you know, they're giving heed to the seducing spirits. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there.
Yo, salute to Big Mike show. He sent me a $50 super chat, and he asked
salute to you, brother.
Yeah, salute to you. He asked for us to play. You know, when you send a $50 bomb, guys, you can request to do you can request me to do whatever. You know what I mean? He wanted to play our intro. Okay, he wanted me to play our intro. So, class, let's take a little break because it's still on topic. And it's crazy that you just mentioned what you mentioned, the take the wisdom as our family, because that's in Proverbs 7, guys. That's in the verse that lets you know this red pill information, this red pill ideologies that y'all be paying $900 for, it's in the Bible, guys. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. You can read it yourself. So let's do that for him.
You're basically paying somebody to be dumb.
Right. So let's do that for him. And salute to you, Big John, Big Mike show. Salute to you, my guy.
Do what I do, because I don't give a fuck one of the people.
My son, keep my words and treasure up my commandments with you. Keep my commandments and live. Keep my teaching as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers, write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call insight your intimate friend, to keep you from the forbidden woman, from the adulteress with her smooth words. For at the window of my house I have looked out through my lattice, and I have seen among the simple. I have perceived among the youths A young man lacking sense, passing along the street near her corner, taking the road to her house in the twilight of the evening, at the time of night and darkness. And behold, the woman meets him, dressed as a prostitute, wily at heart. She is loud and wayward. Her feet do not stay at home. Now in the street, now in the market, and at every corner she lies in wait. She seizes him and kisses him, and with bold face she says to him, I had to offer sacrifices, and today I have paid my vows. So now I have come out to meet you, to seek you eagerly, and I have found you. I have spread my couch with coverings, colored linens from Egyptian linen. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love till morning. Let us delight ourselves with love. For my husband is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He took a bag of money with him. At full moon he will come home. With much seductive speech, she persuades him. With her smooth talk, she compels him. All at once he follows her, as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a stag is caught fast till an arrow pierces its liver, as a bird rushes into a snare. He does not know that it will cost him his life. And now, O sons, listen to me and be attentive to the words of my mouth. Let not your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not stray into her paths, for many a victim has she laid low, and all her slain are a mighty throng. Her house is the way to Sheol, going down to the chambers of death.
We cooking tonight, brother. Okay, we cooking tonight, man.
We
That was a
cooking.
good. That was, we
We're
cooking
putting our foot
tonight,
in it.
man. Yeah, that was a great request, man. If you're gonna donate, request that. If you're gonna donate, request that. Yo, that's what's up.
Real talk. That
And we,
intro is bomb too. That intro alone is just a whole. It kind of constructs your mind in a certain way, gets you ready to be red pill. That whole intro
if you
right there. You know what I'm saying?
right, if you can't change the laws of your mind watching that shit, then you just forever want to be a whack, weak nigga, bro. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I can't sugarcoat to my brothers, because if I lie to you, that's just as good and is equivalent to how these bitches run around here keeping each other in delusion. I can't keep my
That's a
brother in
fact.
delusion, bro.
That's a fact.
God don't want me to keep
We
my brother in delusion.
we
So
don't
I
think
gotta tell
emotional
you the truth.
delusional. We don't think
Right.
emotionally and delusionally. We think logically. Men are put here to be instructors. So when you run around here thinking, like Mr. Goodbread said, delusional and, pandering to people, pandering to the next man, pandering to this red pill coach, or I'm going to pay him $900 because I like him, but he didn't get me no results. You're doing what these women do to each other. Oh, yeah, sis, go ahead, sis. Yeah, you weigh 300 pounds, but I'm finna put a comment on your profile and say, you look fine. I'm going to tell you that you were 10. That's not what men do with each other.
That's a whole fact, yo. We gonna kick it real and raw to y'all guys. We want y'all to heal. We want y'all to heal. I don't give a fuck if you get turned off because I hurt your feelings, bro. Fuck your feelings, guys. We live in a world where they are attacking our feelings, yo. They're attacking our feelings. So if I hurt your feelings, Pookie and Ray Ray, my bad. Not really. Sorry, not sorry. If I hurt your feelings, Tad and Tyrone, sorry, not sorry. All right, guys?
I'm not
And that's
sorry.
just what it is. Y'all need to take in more truth. You know what I mean? It's sad that we make phrases and expressions like the truth hurt when the truth really heals. The expression should read, the truth heals, not hurt. Because now once people hear the truth, they don't like it and they think negative about it because the next sentiment after that is it hurt. No, the truth healed. It healed, and that's what we need more of.
Right.
We need more of that. So for you guys that thought, oh, he trying to get a woman audience, he trying to cater to, because I know how you educated lame niggas think. Because y'all niggas is sneaky. Y'all always moving like lames. So y'all think that the Pookie got time to move like y'all. Pookie move how he want to move. You know what I mean? The only difference is this Pookie is in control of his emotions. And I'm going to teach all the Pookies how to control their hating ass emotions. Because that's the shit I don't like about Pookie and Ray Ray. They got to learn how to control their hating ass emotions. Stop doing videos. They watch a video and then they go run and do a quick ass video on hating. And you're hating, bro. You're hating. Pookie, you're hating. Ray, that's hating. No matter how you dress it up, and no matter how much facts you is, your whole life was facts. But you ain't have to do the live. You're hating, bro. And never once in your life did you give it up to the creator. You're a fucking hater. You know what I mean? Point blank and period. And like I said, the link is in the chat. If any one of the, you know what I mean, the Pookie guys, you know, the ones that like the extreme part, the extreme sector of the manosphere, the extremists and the radical sector of the manosphere, for those of you, you know what I mean? Hold on. We got the motherfucking legend Dirty folks in the building. Salute to Dirty.
Salute to you, Dirty. Shout out to you.
Already know. The silent legend, yo. Again,
yes, sir.
It's guys like him in this space that's official tissue. Every video you gonna see the same nigga. You know what I mean? Every video you gonna see the same character, bro.
Goodbread, go ahead and put his comment on there so the people go ahead and throw his comment on the screen real quick.
Even if the man's show evolved, not the character of the show. The character of the show not gonna evolve. That's real prophet shit. When you look at the man numbers don't reflect the content. You know why? Because fake is the new real now. So all the sheep,
absolutely,
they're working for the fucking devil. They're working for Satan, Lucifer, Satan. They worshiping Lilith. You know what I mean? They need entertainment over education. So anything educational, anything traditional, anything holy, anything real is fake to them. And that's why I fake the new real. This is why when you're on social media and you all positive and you putting shit up there all positive, you ain't getting no motherfucking likes. Niggas don't want no positivity. And you know what's sad about it? We got fake niggas in the manosphere that's supposed to be leading our youth, that's capitalizing on our youth with the same system of process, bro.
The same tactic.
Same tactic. The false prophecy, the New Testament way of doing it. I will forever be Old Testament, guys.
It's a
New
fact. Testament
niggas, they go out there and they listen to what the people want to hear. Oh, the people want to hear us talk about bad.
Not to cut you off, but let's go deeper. The New Testament, when Christ came, what did he say? I don't remember the exact verse. I believe it's in John, maybe. But Christ said he didn't come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. So for those of you who think the New Testament tells you that there's a new way to do things and it's something different, no. Christ said in that Bible, he's coming to fulfill the law. So everything in the Old Testament is prevalent, relevant, and is going to be fulfilled today. Not irrelevant.
That's strong. That's strong. And it's a fact. Because the Old Testament niggas like myself, we address the problem. I'm going to address the problem regardless. And if you like what I'm talking, you going to come your ass in the class. And if not, then no, you're not. But I'm not going to listen to what you hear. I'm not going to sit there and wait to listen for what you want to hear and then go spit what you want to hear so that I can attract you. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
It's called pandering, and we don't do that in this space over here.
Not doing that. Pan Africa BMGT, what's good? Where you been at, man? We was about to send an APP out on you, man. You saw me.
You late to class. You got the tension today.
Yo, man, listen, man. I'm about to put you on blast because what I thought you did, Pan Africa. Hold on, Pan Africa. What I thought. Hold on, class. Hold on. Because what I thought Pan Africa did, right? Because Pan Africa, he saw me on my other channel doing my rap music and shit. So I think it might have turned Pan Africa off because I don't know who taught Pan Africa to believe that somebody that believe in the spirit is supposed to look like something. But Pan Africa, I was having a good time. I was letting my hair down. You know what I mean? I do not work for the devil. I do not work for the devil. Okay, Pan Africa. But yeah, I just need to clear that up with you, man.
You see that? No, he working on his back. He a man on his purpose. So it wasn't none of that.
Yeah,
It was just straight
it
up. He
wasn't
doing
none of
his
that.
thing. Salute to that
I'm
Pan African.
But I'm a man, Pan Africa. So I had to address it, man. And I was waiting to see you. I didn't see your comment or nothing or anything like that. But I'm glad I didn't turn you off because you understand the understanding. If you know, you know. All right. If you know, you know.
Pan African, you still got detention. You got 10 minutes after class.
All right, let's get back to the fucking video. So we still got a whole video left, man. We on the money today. Salute to the fucking chat. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your time is money. Your time is money, and when you spend it over here with me, I appreciate it, yo. Word up. Your time is very valuable and respected. Your time is respected. Understand that. Know that.
Prophecy has two parts. In the latter times, people will, 1, depart from the faith, and 2, give heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Now, it's no secret that large numbers of people are abandoning Christian beliefs and exchanging them for New Age ideas like reincarnation, karma, and the law of attraction. Here are a few charts from the Pew Research Center that illustrates the decline of Christianity in America. So this is between 2018 and 2019. And as you can see here, it breaks it down into the 4 generations and how many are Christian. The silent generation, born 1928 through 1945, 84% are Christian. Baby boomers,
These are the facts, guys. You know how we do over here.
We do number games over here.
Right. I give you my opinion. I give you what the streets and what the modern dummies is saying. And then we go to what the word say. What the instruction manual say. What the shit none of us decided to read. And we went building. And we realized the shit we built is fucked up. But now we're going to go back, we're going to tear it down, and we're going to go back to the instructions and rebuild. And it's going to come out fabulous this time. That's all. That's how that works. But these are the numbers, guys.
1946 through 1964, 76% are Christian. Generation X, 1965 through 1980, 67%. And then now we get to millennials, 1981 and 1996, 49%. That's 35% decline. Only 49% identify with Christian beliefs. Now, if you look at the other side of the chart, 40% of millennials are unaffiliated, meaning they're atheist or agnostic or something like that. However, we know that these numbers are probably not too accurate, and people who identify with being Christian doesn't mean they're Christian. There's a large difference between somebody who maybe was born in a Christian household and identifies culturally as a Christian and somebody who is a born-again Christian. There's a huge difference there. So this chart doesn't tell us who's a born-again Christian and who's not, because we all need to become born-again Christians. Nobody's born a Christian. It's a decision you have to make for yourself. Now that we've established the fact that people have departed.
You heard that right there, guys? It's a decision you have to establish for yourself. Can't no church grant it to you. You can't buy it. You can't do it. You can't do none of that. You have to come to your creator. You're on your own. You got to change the laws of your mind. When you hear us say that, that's why I fuck with Mr. Palmer. Mr. Palmer don't even know how spiritual and how he don't even know how much of a real prophet he is. He don't even know that. You know what I mean? And a lot of them and now let's give credit where credit is due, because there's a few of them in this space that's on their way, that do what they got to do, that is real, that deliver for the people, that care about the people. The best interest of the people is in their heart. That fuck child support shit, that is the Lord. That's their biggest tool, their weapon of destruction. So I fuck with Mr. Palmer. Salute to Mr. Palmer.
No, absolutely. Fuck child support. That's basically a direct opposition to Lilith, because like you always teach, Mr. Goodbread, Lilith is responsible for the destruction of the children. That's why a lot of women are taking advantage of this child support. So Mr. Palmer, shout out to him. He's doing a very, very extensive job by combating that energy that we do call child support. It's the enemy of our seed. It's the enemy of the man. It's the enemy of the black community. I have to give my flowers. That boy doing this. He doing his work.
He's doing his work. and he putting himself at risk. Who the
Fuck
fuck
child
gonna wear
support.
a?
Ain't that right, Chris G?
Who the fuck? And the man wear the hat. The man wear the hat. He pull up with the hat on his head. He pull up with the hat on his head. Who? He risking himself. He risking his life. These bitches is shooting niggas nowadays, yo. This nigga,
These
man,
bitches strapped.
I got yo, bro.
Yeah.
It's to the point when my man pop out to New York to come check me. I got to call the goons. I got to double up on the goons now, yo. Cause
That's a
I know
fact.
he ain't taking that
Make
hat
sure he's
off.
straight.
I know he ain't taking that hat off.
Right.
You know
Give
what I
me a
mean?
hat. I'm about to purchase one.
That's a fact though. Is that you definitely can hit him up, and he got the hats on deck, and we coming with the t-shirts real soon. You know what I mean? And
Beautiful.
while we on giving people their roses, I have to give my mentor, my motherfucking mentor, my motherfucking nigga, A Spade, Anthony Spade. Y'all go subscribe. Anthony Spade is
Check
my
him out.
motherfucking mentor. You know what I mean? That's my I call him, that's my Wi-Fi homie right there, because we just connected at the mind. We connected at the mind, man. I don't
Good brother
sweat
right
no
there.
dude. I don't worship no man. I just give men they credit where it's due. You feel me? I don't worship no man. I don't try to be friendly and friends. I just really fuck with his spirit. Why I like his program is because he always classy. He always classy with it. You know what I mean? And he fuck with the self-improvement. A lot of his videos gonna tell you how to become a better person. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. If a nigga ain't teaching you how to become a better person, how to get on your square, how y'all say, then fuck him. Fuck him. He all entertainment, yo. He all entertainment. You know what I mean? And that's where it stopped. You know what I mean? That's where I stopped giving roses. So, okay, if you got roses to give, you can give them out now.
No, it's the same roses. Shout out to Anthony Spade. To you, Mr.Goodbread. Shout out to, shout out to, all the boys, man. Shout out to all the guys. It's too much to name. When you on the spot, you start forgetting, it's a black thing or it's just a human thing, I guess. But shout out to all the guys that's really putting the work, because it's very much so needed. And also, we got to make sure that we got each other's back too. So that's why we're doing that, man. Shout out to all y'all guys.
If I ain't mention you, I'm it's fucked up. If I ain't mention you, it's because you don't do enough to show me that you real nigga, and that's that.
From the faith in large numbers. Let's take a look at the second part of this prophecy. People will give heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. So what exactly are seducing spirits and doctrines of devils? Well, spiritualism, New Age belief, witchcraft, and shamanism all fall into these categories, but that's not all. We can take a look at Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10, and get a little bit more detail on this subject. Quote, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all these things are an abomination unto the Lord. It's as clear as day.
Did he say a consulter with an evil spirit?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Who we know that's a consulter? Who we know that's the arrogant consulter?
Wouldn't that be Lucifer?
That'll be Lucifer himself. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna mention no names though. We ain't gonna mention no names though. But that's not our leader, B. That's not nobody leader, yo. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop saying that. He's not nobody leader, bro.
Right. New Age beliefs are an abomination to the Lord. You see, all these spiritual ideas do not come from God. They come directly from Lucifer himself. Remember what he told Eve in the Garden of Eden? Ye shall be as gods. Sound familiar? Because that's exactly
what they teach you guys, right? They teach you guys to be all selfish and be about you.
Value.
Fuck the women, fuck the bitches, fuck the bitches. Then it be about you. They teach you how to be egotistical, bro. They teaching you how to be egotistical. They catering to your dopamine fix of being hurt. Yeah, we all go through it. We all start the game off as Adam. So we all gonna play the simp role. What the fuck is the problem? We all change the laws of our mind and we get back into the game. We don't hate the game. Why y'all running around here hating the game, yo? You can't hate the game, yo.
Right? And they mask it with the word high value.
Philosophy,
Right.
the new
Right. That don't mean
Yeah, that's
nothing.
what they
That's
do.
beta male provision. That's beta male provider. A high value nigga is a beta male provider. He a nigga that got his money up and said, yes, now I could pick a girl to trick on. What happened? So again, if we got anybody that want to defend that, the link, I'm gonna drop the link again because the chat been busy tonight. The chat been busy. So let me drop the link again just in case we got any simp enforcers that don't like the fact that I'm calling people names and I'm calling the truth and I'm telling the truth about they boys. You know what I mean? And I ain't mentioned they boys. I said after Mr. Palmer and Anthony Spade, fuck the rest of them. I said it. Mr.Goodbread, yes, Abraham, God's favorite messenger. Yeah, I said it. You know what I mean? Click the link.
It's a fact.
New Age teaches. New Age beliefs say that we are all God, the universe is alive, and we are part of it. We create our own destiny.
That's that we all equal shit. We are not all equal. Ladies, this video was not about y'all, but I need y'all to come to some senses. Y'all are helpmeets. You know what a helpmeet is? That means y'all to be on the side of us. Y'all not to be over us on our head. He ain't make y'all dumb bitches from our skull or from our feet. So we don't step on y'all, and y'all not supposed to be ruling over us. Y'all supposed to be by our side. All right, sis? You're supposed to be by our side, our rib.
That's what that rib is.
Right?
That's what that rib is subliminal of.
And yo, stop running with this we equal shit. All right, that's what the first woman ran with because we not from the clay. We not from the clay together. All right, that was what he made that mistake, and he ain't do that. He made y'all from a piece of us. So y'all need us, sis. All right, because yeah, we ain't gonna have this. Yeah. I needed to address our sisters in the building today too, because this video wasn't nearly about y'all. You know what I mean? But like how I say, we don't cater to anything. We call out bad behavior in everybody. You know what I mean? Because everybody got some foolishness in them. You know what I mean?
Right. You don't see any leadership role of a woman in the Bible predominantly, if you will. So I don't know why these women running around talking about their queens and goddesses when it wasn't even that much of them. You understand what I'm saying? See, women, just like a lot of these beta males that are not equal to some of us men, a lot of these women don't understand their roles and they're not ready for their roles. Everyone's running around here wanting to be a queen or a king, a boss. That's not how shit runs. Everybody got a damn role.
Right. That's not his
Point
order.
blank.
That's not his order.
Everybody is not a red pill teacher. Everybody's not an alpha male. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yo,
it's just, that's just how it goes. Like if you fly an airplane, everybody on that airplane can't be a pilot. And if everybody is a pilot, let's say everybody is the pilot, only one of them can fly. So like we gotta understand our roles in today's age.
Right, ladies. Right. So I know I got a lot of lady viewers that watch. Because y'all know y'all it's a lot of women that's taking these truths. Look at how the women go to Kevin Samuels, right? And he tell them a bunch of shit that you know they don't want to hear. But they intake them truths and go better themselves and learn how to trick y'all. But before I forget, Mr. O, I ain't forget Minister Jack, because you know Minister Jack he's underneath the Mr. Palmer umbrella. So how I do so that I don't be one of these name dropping ass niggas, clout chasing ass niggas, all I gotta do is mention the top of the umbrella. All I gotta do is mention the motherfucker that hold me down. That I view as the top of that umbrella. So we all know that Jack, him and Palmer is in that same umbrella. So that's just why I don't mention. You know what I mean? I don't mention everybody's name. That's just why I didn't mention Jap. But I ain't forget about Minister Jap, you know what I mean?
Right.
I wish I had one of his ad-libs. I wish I had one of his ad-libs right now. You know what I mean? Word. In fact, I'm gonna salute. We're gonna salute before we play the next video. And guys, see, that's why I love my boy Zilla the God, because he just reminded me. Word. And guys, you can't be mentioning, don't be name dropping, guys. That's a strategy you use, because you don't need to know who fuck with who behind the scenes, because it's a lot of this shit going on in the manosphere, right? The minute I say Jack, right? Now all the people that don't like me, they go put the pressure on Jack to stop fucking with me, or don't fuck with the nigga Mr.Goodbread, because he don't like me. You know what I mean? So this is why you got to be careful when you start name dropping folks. You know what I mean? Try not to, don't name drop niggas, please. Don't name drop niggas. Don't name drop niggas. Fuck it. Niggas don't need to know who you fuck with. They just, all they need to know is what's gonna happen if they fuck with you. You know what I mean? That's all
why
they
I
need
said
to
what I
know.
said. That's why I said what I said. Shout out to him. You know who I'm talking about.
That's a fact.
We are masters of our own universe. And if we want something bad enough, just will it into existence, because you are God. Now, we know that's false, and we know there is only one God. And that's exactly why it's an abomination unto the Lord to practice these things, because we're trying to put control into our own hands when there's only one in control, and that's the Lord. The bottom line is that New Ageism comes directly from Lucifer. Ye shall be as gods. It's the oldest lie in the book. Now, let's take a look at another chart from the Pew Research Center and see what it says about how many people believe in New Age beliefs. Now, take a look at this chart, and you're going to see something shocking. It says right here, plain as day, 37% of Christians believe that spiritual energy can be located in physical things. Also, 40% of Christians believe in psychics. What does that tell you? It tells you that people don't read their Bibles, because we know that it is an abomination unto the Lord to believe and practice such things. 29% of Christians believe in reincarnation, and 26% of Christians believe in astrology. These are all doctrines of demons, and they are giving heed to seducing spirits. And it's not just Christians that believe in these things. If you look at this chart, it says right here, 78% of people.
Hold on, Goodbread. Hold on. You know me.
Yep.
Bella B says, wait, I speak highly of myself such. I concern myself queen/goddess. Goodbread, you got to respond to that, because I think she was responding to what I said earlier. Everybody got to play their positions. Like everybody runs around calling themselves goddesses and queens and alphas and red pill, and I'm just this and that. But we're not really putting, the actions into it.
All I'm gonna say to that, Bella B, Lilith called herself a goddess. Eve never called herself a goddess. Eve called herself a help me. You know what I mean? So you somewhere down the line, you know what I mean? You intook some ideologies that's false. You know what I mean? You gotta find a better way. You gotta find a better way to self-motivate yourself. Because now you're intaking forced self-motivation, forced self-love. You know what I mean? It's two different types of self-loves. You know what I mean? You got the self-love that God wants you to do, which is educate yourself through his instructions. And then you got, you know what I mean, the other way, as to conform with what the ways of the world is telling you to do. And that they telling you to, oh, be liberal, sis. What's that? Woman empowerment, and it's the man, and you're the God, you're the Queen Earth. That's false. That go against what God. That go against what God wants you to believe to become a better person. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that they do that to suck you in. Yeah, okay, you got it.
Right. So and when we talk about the queen/goddess, first of all, goddess denotes that you're equal to what a man is, and that's just not what it is. You know, there's no God and goddess. There's just a God. You know, that's just how that principle works. And even as a queen, you're not a queen unless a man ordains that. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have a man or not.
Right.
I'm sorry, I think my mic muted by accident. But all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, once you start putting connotations like queen and goddess on yourself, what that denotes is that you have. I'm just gonna keep it real. Based off of most of the women I speak to, that's like a false entitlement. Okay. See, what women don't understand is a help me is not just a help me, but it's also a position. It's also a duty. And part of your position is men, we dictate if you're a queen. We dictate what what your value is, so to speak. I know it sounds harsh, but we are the ones that dictate it. All right. So for you to be a queen, you have to have a king beside you, and you have to be competent to be a king. And for you to call yourself a goddess, I'm sorry, Bella, but I don't think there's anything such as a goddess. Anything that maybe in a pro-black community where they pander to women and they put, they say the woman's goddess and or the god, but I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with that. Like men dictate if you're a queen or a goddess or whatever.
Yeah, and sis, according to the basic instructions, your body don't even belong to you when you have it. When you get a king, your body is not your body no more. That belongs to your king. You got to remember, y'all punishment for allowing another woman to trick y'all into modern beliefs was for y'all to be ruled and controlled by y'all king. Remember that. And y'all got the bad child labor pains. You know what I mean?
And we know it burns. We know it burns, sister. Sorry, Mr. Goodbread, to cut you. We know it burns, but that's the cut truth. Like he said earlier, the truth hurts, but let's convert it to the truth heals. It burns, but it's gonna heal you.
Yep. So you know what I mean? That's what it is. And it sucks because no girl really want to intake that information. That's why so many women are running from God. That's exactly why so many women have removed themselves from their spiritual self. And it's easier to just work with the devil. It's easier to just work with the devil because your pleasures and your desires are met. You just run with them. You just do what everybody else do. You do what everybody else do. And you see, women tend to hate other women because all women know that every woman react and do things emotionally. So if each woman know that the other woman is going to do some dumb shit, then to uncomplicate common sense, women don't like other women because they know women are dumb. All right? Let's keep it moving. But yeah, man, this is crazy. This is very interesting on the real.
People believe in at least one New Age belief. 78%. There can be no question about it. People have departed from the faith and have given heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, making this prophecy fulfilled. Now let's take a look at Romans chapter 1, verse 22 through 32. And see if this rings any bells for you. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible men, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up to vile affections, for even their women changed their natural use into that which is against nature, and likewise all.
Did that answer your question? Is Bella B in the house right there? Bella B. I didn't even know that was gonna happen, Bella B.
Me either. I swear to God, I didn't know.
I swear to God, I didn't know. That's just the spirit. I tell you, the Holy Spirit that entered the manosphere today, Jack. The Holy Spirit that entered the manosphere today, Jack. Did that answer your question? You want me to call you a goddess for the last time? Goddess? Did that answer your question?
No respect to you, but it is what it is. The truth is cut.
We are
just
free.
what it is.
You know what? The one thing about America is we are free to believe what we want to believe, even if it's dumb. You just won't advance in life, and that's what it is. But we are not victims. We are not victims for intaking false information, and we're not gonna do that.
And ladies, just real quickly, remember, don't victimize yourself when you say these things. We're talking about competent men of God, red pill men, quote unquote, alpha males, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it. Men that are on their purpose. We're not talking
Good
about
point.
these guys that y'all gonna try to say, oh well, these men are not leaders. Most men ain't this and that. We ain't talking about the men y'all choose. We're not talking about them because they utilize that advantage we have as men. They utilize it and they take advantage of you. They mistreat y'all. That's not what men of competence do. So I want y'all to separate that man from the men we're talking about right now.
Good freaking point, OKL. And this is why my sisters love me so much, because sisters know when they ask me a question, I'm going to tell them the absolute truth, because you want me to tell you the truth. You can't fix yourself and change and heal right if I lie to you. You know what I mean? If I pander to you, you can't. It's not going to be beneficial to you. My love language is the truth. So when I speak it, know that I love you. All right, guys?
It's a fact.
Word up.
Also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust toward one another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do these things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy.
I hope y'all know he was just talking about homosexuality just now, okay? Just in case y'all missed that.
LBGTQ.
Right, a reprobate mind or whatever the case may be. That's a mind that's ignorant, that doesn't listen to what order or what alignment is. They do what they want to do. All right, that's why he mentioned men with men. Run that back for them real quick. Let's hear that one more time. That has to be pointed out. I don't want them to miss that.
Get it.
Men, and to birds, and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up to vile affections, for even their women changed their natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust toward one another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do these things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents.
Yo, do you hear the words that he's being used right now? And these are words that's so prevalent in today's society, guys, in our community today. We just sat here and told y'all this an hour ago in the beginning of this live. Salute to all of you watching on the playback, yo. I hope you're having a great time, yo. Pop something, roll something, let's get it. But word, guys, look at this. And face facts. I like that. See, this is what the fuck I'm talking about, class. This is what I'm talking about. Critical thinkers. Because I like the way I like that. I'll run with that. I will run with that.
I'm going to take that and run with it. I'll take that and run with it.
I will take that in as a belief, as a fact, I would take that in as an idea and make that and hold that as a truth and as a fact. I like the way that is.
That was a
and this is what I mean. This is what I mean by critically thinking, yo. I love it, man.
Parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, and honestness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God.
Just so I don't want to make an enemy, because I said this in the beginning, Bella B. I don't know you personally. I said that. I was just defining what it means when women say these types of things, okay? I don't know you personally, and I put the connotation that I don't know if you're married or not. When women say these types of things, I've spoken to hundreds of women at this point. I understand, y'all points and cases. All right, I don't want to make any enemies here. All right, this is a class for we don't complicate common sense. We just want to be in class today. All right, I'm on my brother's show. I didn't want to make an enemy. I just wanted to point that out. That's all.
Be Bella. The fact that I know you personally, I think I know who you talk. I think I know who this is. This is I know who this is. But the fact that I know you personally is the reason why I'm going to tell you the truth. And I ain't tell you nothing that the video ain't tell you. You know what I mean? So what I just told you was truth. And what the video just told you was truth. And the truth matched. You know what I mean? So I'd be wrong. I'd be dead wrong. And I'd be dead of no value to you as you. And I claim you as my sis. So I'll be no value to you as a bro if I sat there and told you some bullshit and sat there and was like, yeah, you're a goddess because I know you. You know what I mean? That's not true. You know what I mean? You're not a goddess, yo. Because that's devilish. That's devilish. That's devilish. You know what I mean? That's devilish.
You can't. That's not a good mind state to take as a woman. I'm a goddess. Like, that's challenging God, honestly.
Right,
because even if we look at the order that we got, God, Christ, man, woman, child.
But you didn't know. So now you know, and that's what we here to do. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach my ladies what they might not know, because you are a good girl. But if you have that mindset and you push that narrative to your Mr. Right, you're going to run him off. Because if your Mr. Right got any kind of red pill knowledge or any kind of sense, and he's not a simp, which he's going to piss you off in the long run. No matter how cute a simp is, when you as smart as you are, Bella B, a simp nigga is going to piss you off and he's going to annoy you. So this is why you can't take on that mindset of you are a goddess, because your Mr. Right ain't trying to hear that shit, and that's real.
Nope.
So if I would have let you leave this classroom today thinking that you a goddess, I would not have done you no justice, sis. And mind you, this was a class on the guys. This was a class for my guys. But guys, you see how the women love the truth. And they love the truth. So when they hear something that go against what they believe, they're going to speak up. They're not going to sit there and backbite the brother. They're not going to sit there and harbor little feelings, little girly feelings like y'all little bitch ass niggas do. They're going to address it. They're going to speak up.
That's
you know what I mean? And you seen how that worked? And by her speaking up, she got the answer she needed, and now she can take it or she can leave it. But she got the answer she needed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's why I had to connotate it with, no, I don't want you to take it as we're enemies. We're just stating facts, and we're just stating what's reality.
You my sister. Okay. What Steve Teague said?
He say, let's make this very simple. We know what happened to the last entity that stepped to the Almighty Creator.
Exactly. They ain't never, and he ain't. You know what's sad about
despiteful, proud.
He ain't even get a chance. The Creator was so real. He gave him a head start. He said, "I'm not gonna do it to you. I'm gonna let my man Michael do it to you. So he wasn't even worth enough to really fight the last master. Lucifer had to fight. He had to fight his man, and his man whipped him out. Lucifer lost to his man. He ain't lose to God. He lost to God man. And not only did he lose, you know what he did? He did the sucker shit that niggas nowadays do, that the beta males do nowadays. They either try to get a weapon or they turn themselves into something, or they try to jump you. This nigga, not only did he get his ass whipped, he turned himself into a dragon and got his ass whipped. So he couldn't fight the one-on-one.
And God let him do it.
He couldn't fight the one-on-one. He turned into a dragon and got his whole ass whipped. And that's why I tell anybody, that's why the open invitation for this live is there. Anybody that want to defend they sucker ass dating coach, influencer, life influence, whatever, jump on the live. and see if you can beat Michael. And you can turn into a dragon. You can turn in. I don't give a fuck what you turn yourself into. You ain't fucking with me. I don't give a fuck how smart you is. I don't care what playbook you read from, because y'all all read from the same playbook. All of y'all.
Never lie, Mr. Goodbread. What Red Pill Awareness says real quick. He says, shout out to my brother. He says the black community is reactionary because it is controlled by a matriarchal gynocentric power structure. And then also he says, if you want to pull the other one, men should stop being reactionary and men must be revolutionary. I agree with that 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I love Red Pill Awareness, man. When he get on these streams and he give you that spill, men should stop being reactional. Black men must be revolutionary. That's it's crazy. I agree, but I disagree with that right there. Black men must stop being jealous of one another, and black men must come together. Black men must tie a rope around their neck to where they can't look over their shoulder, to where they can only look fucking forward. All right, that's the problem. We got too many dudes. Looking over at the next black man plate to see how much they got on their plate, instead of to see if they got enough. You know what I mean? That's what we need in the manosphere. In the manosphere, we have motherfuckers that'll look on niggas' views and see how much views he got, instead of seeing how can I get him more views because I have views. That's the problem in the manosphere, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? And to monkey branch off of that, the sad thing is that the Chads and Tyrones, because they are polished, so to say, and because they are so closely removed from Zaddy's workshop, you know what I mean? The degrees or some of the guys in this red pill space, they actually work for government Satan Zaddy. You know what I mean? So those guys feel that they can stand on the Bob the Builder's shoulders, you know what I mean? And the little guy's shoulders, which is the Pookie and Ray Rays, you know what I mean? And that's the problem. And then you got Pookie and Ray Ray who sit there and bash the educated lanes. So it's a bunch of jealousy shit, you see? But that's where it's the Lucifer spirit in all four characters. It's Lucifer spirit in Pookie, it's Lucifer spirit in Ray Ray, it's Lucifer spirit in Chad, and it's Lucifer spirit in Tyrone. All of them beta. So ain't none of them alpha. So all of them bitches, it go back to what Red Pill Awareness say. All of them have hell of a mother energy. All of them. This is why the manosphere is filled with little girls fights. Girly fights over here. Girly fights. You know what I mean?
Yo, pull up what Dirty Folks said, because I was just about to say that. I thank you for saying that. I'm Dirty Folks. I'm gonna go ahead and read that. Make sure y'all go ahead and shout out, follow him. I won't say revolutionary. The opposite of reactive is proactive. Then again, being proactive is revolutionary to most people. I like that he said that, because most it goes back to what Red Pill Awareness says. Real talk, I agree with that. Most black people, like Red Pill Awareness said, are reactive. One of the best examples I can give you is, okay, so George Floyd dies, and the same pill popping, booty shaking, black on black crime feeling person, they're gonna hold up a sign because they're reacting to a pro type of energy. They are not proactive. In my city, the same time when George Floyd got killed, one of my friends got killed too. Somebody killed him in mistake, thinking that was his art. Nobody in the city held no signs. Nobody in the city tried to find the killer or anything like that. That's one of the main examples I gave to the African spiritual community on how they're just reactive and not proactive. Proactive is you waking up out of your sleep and doing something not because you've seen it on YouTube or Instagram. It's because it's in your heart. For instance, if you want to lose weight for my body, my choice, ladies, if you want to lose weight, what do? You wake up and you don't go online and say, oh, don't shame me. You fucking go to the goddamn gym. That's called proaction. You don't have to post it online, but you're doing something that's conducive to your growth. Reacting would be you caught a heart attack. You had to go to the hospital and the doctor told you that you need to start working out. You been knew that with your fat ass, but you chose to react instead of be proactive, not to draw off. But I wanted y'all to get a clear-cut example of what Red Pill Awareness was saying. This is what the Black community is filled of. People that react. This is what the Red Pill community is filled of. They wait for Kevin Samuels. They wait for O'Shea Duke Jack. They wait for certain videos to pop out so they can take notes and react and be like, all right, boom, I'm going to make a video now. Instead of being proactive like Mr.Goodbread, myself, Red Pill Awareness, Zilla the God, all the people that come on our shit. We're tired of this shit, and we're talking about that today. We are getting tired of the bullshit that we have in this Black community, and the Black Manosphere is starting to look like a catastrophe with what's going on right now. We need to be more proactive. We need to be more connected. That's what I feel.
Exactly. We need to let the Holy Spirit in, and everybody need to stop running from God. That's the problem. That's the problem, because God equals teamwork. God ain't selfish.
Put it
Motherfuckers
in
is selfish.
subtitles.
That's what it is. It's selfishness. It's selfishness mixed with jealousy, bro. Niggas is selfish, and how you can be selfish and jealous at the same time? Like, that's what it's full of, bro. It's full of backbiting. Look at the shit that's on the screen. Backbiting, haters of God, despiteful, proud boasters. Look. You know what I mean? It's happening in my own chat.
Point blank.
You know what I mean? It's happening in my own chat. Black instigators are real provokers, and I get that. But this is a stab right here. Let's keep it real. This is a stab at the Pookies. This is a stab at the Pookies because the Pookies are very big instigators. You know why? Because the Pookies are proactive. A lot of the Pookies are going to be the guys that did the work. You know what I mean?
That's 100%.
Just because they have the image of what society labels a Pookie does not mean that some Pookies did the work. I didn't already explain to you guys, go back on this live, how they mistake me as a Pookie, right? But how am I a Pookie when I have my whole family? I've run my whole family. I've run a business, my own business. I am free. I am free. I am free. And that's not to toot my own horn, and that's not to stun on you guys. That's just to show you how society, they stick these titles on people so that they can pretend that they know how you think, or they could predict how you think, or they could tell you how you're supposed to move. You know what I mean? Way too many people read from a script. You know what I mean? We have the educated lames who are so uncomfortable at improvising from these particular ideologies because they just read from a book, because they're just educated. All right? Education do not equal wisdom. Education does not equal wisdom.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And education don't equal wisdom. Instruction equals wisdom. Piggybacking off what Mr. Goodbread said, which is why don't try to come for my boy and say, well, you read from a book too. It's the Bible. No, he reads from an instruction guide. It's a basic instruction before leaving Earth. All right.
Got him.
Let's not do that. We're not going to complicate conversations today. We're not finna for the niggas in the that's on the paper balls, the ones that's putting the chewing gum under the desk, not listening to the class. Yeah, don't play with us. We're not gonna do that today.
Don't play with them. Don't play with them. Don't play with them. And you're right, Red Pill. Pookie, y'all need to relax. If y'all don't like what the fuck y'all seeing, what the lames is doing, turn them niggas off. Turn the niggas off. You got so much. Pookie got so much knowledge because he was out there. Because Pookie out there. Pookie actually get the chance to put the things he learned into the text. So Pookie out there. That's what make Pookie unique. I told y'all stop hating. I told Pookie stop hating on Chad, and I told Chad stop hating on Pookie. Because you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot.
Right.
You can learn a lot.
You understand me? Good, Brad. I think it's time to get back to the video. Let the people hear the rest of it, man.
All right, let's get it. Let's get the video on. Yo, salute to Red Pill Awareness on the panel.
Boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable and unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God, that they would commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Now, there is only one generation in the entire history of the world that matches this description. There can be no mistaking it. Just look back through history and try and find one generation that fits the bill. You won't be able to. The truth of the matter is that our generation is the only one in history to fulfill all of these things. There is no question about that. We could go on all day, as there are many more Bible prophecies that describes the times we are living in, but I think you get the idea. The Bible is 100% clear on this matter. The time is running short. Our King, Jesus Christ, is coming back. No man knows the day, no man knows the hour, but we do know the season. And at this point, there can be little doubt as to what season we are in. So if you haven't done so already, give your life over to Jesus Christ, repent for your sins, and become born again with the Holy Spirit. It's simple.
It's simple. It's that simple, big. It's that simple. Uncomplicate the common sense. Word up. Yo, Zilla the God, man. You come up with these fucking phrases, man. I gotta cash out you, bro. I gotta cash out you, yo. That's just real. I like
the survival
scroll. The survival, yo, that's a fact. The survival scroll. That's it right there, boy.
That's right, boy. Stop playing.
And y'all go check out Dirty. Y'all go check out Dirty. Yo, Dirty, if you got a chance, Dirty, hit the link. Join the panel, Dirty folks.
The fact.
You know what I mean? Red Pill, what's up, Red Pill? What's going on? Nice of you to join us and shit.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm not echoing now, am I?
You got a lot of knowledge when it comes to the beginning and the beginning of the manosphere and all of this shit. Cause I'm new fish. I'm a new fry. You know what I mean? Oh, we got my guy, Mr. O in the let's get it, Mr. O in there.
Well, can you hear me? I'm not echoing too loud, am I?
Nah,
yeah, well, like this, I put it like this simple, that the Black Manosphere could be great, but the greatness is because jealousy and envy is in a lot of the groups, and we have a lot of people that's straight cooning and acting a fool compared to the white and Manosphere. They're changing laws, they're doing business around the world and trying to make change to get men to do better. And I don't understand why we have all these cavocatory coons that's creating division instead of uplifting each other.
What's a coon? Just so that we don't confuse the audience that watch. We holy over here. What is that equivalent to in the Bible? What is a coon equivalent to?
A coon in the Bible will be a Judas. We have a lot of Judases in the community. I'll sell you all the silver.
That's what they call charlatans.
What you said? Oh, Mr. O?
I said charlatans.
Okay. Why you say that?
We got a lot of dudes that came into the space, they soaked up a lot of the so-called wisdom, the red pill wisdom, the God wisdom from amongst us, repackaged it, trying to reverb it, and now they're trying to sell it like it's a new thing under the sun. But they sell it from their own point of view. You heard what they say.
Correct. That's correct.
Hey, hear me? Was our boy
100?
That's a 100. Yo, Dirty Folks, yo, let them know who you be, Dirty Folks.
What's poppin', pimpin'? Man, just on here. You know what, bro? I want to thank the Manosphere for teaching me that I'm a pookie. I didn't know I was a pookie. I thought I was just a young boy out here that hollered at girls at the mall, bought my little bag of cookies and acted like I was shopping so I get phone numbers. I didn't know I was a pookie.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, Dirty, I salute that you say that, because I learned that I'm a Pookie too in this manosphere. Once I start digging deep into the red pill, I'm like, they call me a Pookie because I'm what government saying Zaddy hooked all of the women to like. It's not my fault government saying Zaddy hooked all of the women to like my toxic ass.
Shout out to being toxic. Hey, but
you goddamn Pookies.
Let me tell you something, man. I've been alive as long as I've been living, and all I know is this.
Well said.
As dirty folks, I can get any chick. As soon as she found out I'm old, the nigga that published 11 books and run a little business and I ain't got no parole officer, all of a sudden, pussy get dry. So what I understand about life is a lot of guys are looking for the hug they never got from their mama. And these are same
my mom died when I was 8 years old, so I never got that hug. Don't really care for it.
My mama's still alive. I still ain't, nigga, I gotta force myself to hug my mother once a year. I don't worry about that hug. And I love my mother, but the affection ain't there. I'm not affectionate like that. Right. A lot of guys is looking for the love. They think they missing something. The romance novels ain't for women. The romance novels is for men. Right? Because a woman just say, I gotta be pretty. You need to be a prince to find her pretty ass and fall in love instantly. She ain't gotta do shit but live in your crib.
I blame Sister Soldier for that shit. Her, Terry, Big Billy, for real.
So man, a lot of the stuff that y'all getting from the red pill community is really the incel community. Don't worry about that shit, man. The truth of the matter is if you doing what you're supposed to be doing, girls chase you. Because girls hate to see you happy and healthy by yourself. If you chasing them, that means that you ain't walking your purpose.
That's why I said the manosphere became incels 2.0.
Yeah, you did say that in the very beginning.
Shit.
Now y'all have to understand, a lot of us were scripted by the older generation, like the solid generation, aka civil rights generation. These boobers out here talk about go ahead and find you a good girl, find you a wife. They tell that in your most horniest years, your most naive years, go out chase girls, you know what I'm saying, get your little field out in the field. Then by the time you get a little older, you go ahead and settle down. That was the fucked up remedy for disaster. They don't even tell you go ahead and build your money up, learn business, do some structure with your life. Don't get involved too much in drugs and alcohol in the early age. I had to learn all this shit on my own.
That's a fact, yo, man. Yo, I want to salute all of y'all guys for just rocking with the kid, yo. I'm so new, and y'all legends, yo. So, you know what I mean? Y'all, man, this is what I mean by brothers not being envious of each other, you know what I mean? And coming together. Yo, Red Pill.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yo, who started this manipulation? Somebody's echoing.
No, that's Red Pill. Whenever you're ready to talk, Red Pill, unmute that business.
All right.
Hey, is that me?
Yeah, I think
that's you. Every time you unmute it, it echoes. So just mute it when people talking, but unmute it whenever you're ready to talk.
Yeah, you must got Facebook going on. I mean, YouTube going on in another window too, because it's echoing.
No, that's just his device. He just got it. I know what's going on.
Shout out to that.
Peace to the channel. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing and keep cooking. Y'all be in the chat room listening on. Peace.
All right, peace, brother. Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, what I really wanted to ask, I wanted to get down to the little proactive argument that we have right there. Debate, not argument. The proactive debate that we have, because I see revolutionary being, you know what I mean? More pro. I see Pookie's being more proactive than reactional, and I see the Chads and Tyrones being more reactional than, you know what I mean, than proactional. So what's your thoughts on that, guys?
That's a fact. Chad's gonna hold up with time. Pookie's gonna try to get in the streets and get down. That's revolutionary.
That's how I see it. I see it like Pookie work. Like I ain't gonna front. Like I said, I'm not a Pookie, but I am. So I be working though. I be busting my ass. Like I understand that God sent us here to work. So he who work, eat. He who do not work, don't eat. You know what I mean? So I get that concept.
EBT, nigga.
That's an easy concept.
I got another philosophy. I got a philosophy. I got a different philosophy.
All right.
Right? Because I'm from Chicago and I call myself dirty folks, and everybody from Chicago know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you see me hat tilted, whatever. My thing is this, I'm also college educated, right?
Right.
So here's the disconnect. The disconnect is because first of all, blacks are the minstrel class because all they care is about entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So when people see something smart in you, they damn near want to say you the good nigger. Like, cause they like you just cause you got man tendencies. They be like, oh man, you cool. Cause they so used to black men being emotional and irrational, cause that matriarchal energy. So when they see you stand on your square, they be like, oh man, that's what's up. I'll help you out. Cause men recognize men no matter what color you are.
Right.
Men gravitate towards men. The problem that y'all have, the proactive versus the reactive, this is my theory on that. When you talk about the frat boys, the Chads, the I call them Jamal and accountings, you call them Tyrone. The problem with that is they have such a disdain and disconnect for the proactive Pookies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's really supposed to be a symbiotic relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because Pookie is the grassroots. Pookie
He
into the
is
street.
Adam. He is Adam.
So when I look at stuff like, you know, when we start this pro penny pitching league, all I was a dude to say, what is Pookie doing? Pookie shooting dice and pitching pennies in a project hallway in a pissy elevator. Let me see if I could polish, repackage that, and sell it to Japan and China, right? Because they love our culture.
Right.
But Pookie couldn't do that because Pookie doesn't have the knowledge to do it, and the bourgeois can't do it because when I said I was doing, it was like you could just pitch in the streets. Like, why are you doing that shit? Like, there's the disconnect is you're too smart to do nigga shit, and niggas be like, you one of the niggas, G, but you be slipping in City Hall sometimes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
he talking shit.
But I'm like, yo, nigga, I'm the bridge. Cause I go to City Hall for the free tacos, nigga. And they be like, yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I'm the bridge. But it's not that many bridges. That's my thing, bro. That's the disconnect.
Great point. I'm not gonna lie. I listened to that whole thing, man. Great point. And I want to add on to what he was saying too. If you look at the civil rights movement, if you look at Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, etc., the people that died and fought that we don't remember and possibly do remember were the Pookies, were the street guys. The people that are in politics today that didn't fight but held hands are the Chads, the educated people that have the nuts to go out there and fight with the civil rights. They weren't getting hosed down. They was in their house comfortably. Not all, but most of them. So this is again the separation from the Chad and the Pookie. The higher class black man didn't go out there and fight. You couldn't get the higher class black man to follow Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, hold arms with him, knowing that there was dogs out there and water hoses and a whole bunch of white boys out there or crackers that crack the whip on your back. For those of you who want to say something, you get your chance to do that. But your Pookies, guess what they did? They were mad when Malcolm X died. They were mad when Martin Luther King died, and they went out there and started revolution. Need I say more?
That's a fact. And listen, guys, no matter whose side you take, the one thing that is clear, they need to work together. Ain't nothing gonna move until we work together like how God told us. God said, love our brother. He ain't say bear false witness on our brother and do all that other okie doke shit. He said, love our brother. So that is a perfect interlude for the reason why the manosphere is a done deal. It's a done deal. The manosphere will never really be productive. The manosphere will never, and I said it. And like I said, the link is there for anybody that want to chime in. The link is there. But the manosphere will never be what it's supposed to be. It'll never be a tower built for black men to reach their prominence. You know what I mean? So when we watch this video class, I want you to watch the video with the look of men building, and we all how you see how we had this live right here. This was a great debate. You know what I mean? You got Chads versus Pookie's and Ray versus Tyrone. So it's a bunch of that going on in the manosphere. So everybody building their own tower. All right. And you know why? It's not real much success going on. You know what I mean? It's not really much success going on because nobody is giving the creator his due and his praise. And that is very spookily similar to a story that's in the Bible called the Tower of Babel, guys. So let's get into it. At any given time, guys on the panel, if y'all need me to stop it, if y'all want to touch on something, because y'all catch something, just let me know. Just give me the word.
Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
It is in Genesis 11 that we learn about what is considered to be the very first skyscraper ever built, or at least attempted to be built. This tower was intended to reach the heavens so that one may ascend and commune directly with God himself. But it was more than just a bridge to connect man with his creator, but a staple of man to determine where they each belong to, a hub, if you will, so that each man could find his way back so as to avoid being scattered across the earth. It would become known as the Tower of Babel, and unfortunately for those constructing the tower, scattered is exactly what they would become. It was the descendants of Noah who were living in the ancient area of Mesopotamia, in Babylon, whereby they came to settle in a land known as Shinar. The Bible tells us that these men, or the whole earth for that matter, spoke with one language, understood by all, and that they would come to dwell in Shinar after traveling far from the east. The Bible tells us, now the whole earth had one language and one speech, and it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. But these men who settled in Shinar were not content to just settle there in the barren lands. Their population was growing, and the people wished to establish a symbol for how great their nation was. And what better symbol could a nation have than a tower that could reach the heavens? But obviously, the heavens were not intended for man, unless, of course, God decreed it. The Babylonians therefore appeared to take matters into their own hands and decided to build this tower anyway. They said, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly. Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth." Based on the text alone, it's hard to see the Babylonians here as defying God. God didn't tell them that they couldn't build the tower to visit the heavens, nor does this necessarily seem to be their intention. Primarily, their objective was to build themselves a symbol to be proud of, a structure that demonstrated their ability to build, their creativity, and resourcefulness.
All right, guys. So I want you guys to look at this as everybody's building a platform. Everybody's building their own. Everybody's building their own time capsule filled of information for the young folks. You know what I mean? Because none of this shit that we spit is going to really help us. We leaving our footprints on this earth for the generations to come. You know what I mean, guys? So that's pretty much what everybody in the manosphere is doing. They're building their own bridge for the next generation.
It was to be a home base, somewhere that the Babylonians could gaze upon to remind themselves of where they were and to prevent them from wandering off and getting lost. The intentions of the Babylonians here appears to be benign, though it is argued that their desire to reach heaven was a sin in itself, for they demonstrate hubris and arrogance in that they believe they can reach heaven at all without God's permission. Evidently, the Bible is in accordance with this, for we are told, "The Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, Indeed, the people are one, and they all have one language, and this is what they begin to do. Now nothing they propose to do will be withheld from them. Come, let us go down there and confuse their language, that they may not understand another's."
All right, guys. So because if you following along, let me uncomplicate it. So
Do
because
it.
everybody is sitting there building their own shit. Everybody building their own shit. Ain't nobody giving the man the praise. He come down and say, hey, where's everybody? What's going on here? He come down to the manosphere and he say, hey, what's going on here? And you know what I mean?
Speech. God here recognizes that the Babylonians are one people with one language. He understands that the people are a close-knitted bunch, but that this will
Them red pill ideologies, that one language right there, that's the language that everybody was in here rocking with, in the manosphere rocking with. That language, that ain't his language, guys. Some of it is his, but they done manipulated it. They done stole it from his teachings, from his basic instructions, and they done put their little spin on it to attract you and get you guys and play on your emotions and play on your feelings and your dopamine fix. You know what I mean? Your need for dopamine hits. You know what I mean? To cater to your feelings. And that's what they do. They done turn everything this man left for us to enjoy into some bullshit. Look what they did to the music. Look what they did to everything. Everything he left. Look what they did to the music. Look what they do to the drugs,
food, sex,
to the
relationship,
alcohol.
family, all that. And I'm
And they
Haitian, so
make
I
a
can even go
business out of
deeper.
it.
I could go deeper with the quote drugs and the alcohol. You know, first of all, women weren't ordained to really drink and do things like that. They were more so in the house being helpmeets, raising families. So that wasn't for them predominantly. And when it comes to alcohol and some of these psychedelics or whatever the case may be, that was preserved for rituals that we did as high priests. I heard what's the boy name earlier? He was talking about the Hebrews, the tribe of Levi. They are presented as some of the Haitians in the Bible. And one of the things we did were rituals, and these rituals consisted of drinking liquor. Now, liquor does get you in a state, but it was preserved for that. But what do we do today, Mr. Goodbread? We go to parties and get drunk all day. That's not what it's supposed to be used for. We smoke weed all day. We smoke cigarettes when cigarettes were used by the Indians or whatever you want to call it. That's for another show. That was used as a ritual. That was used for healing and certain things. It wasn't used for what it's used for today. Good point, Mr. Goodbread. You really broke down a lot, didn't you?
If the shoe fits, let them wear it.
turn work against him or cause some obstacle in the grand scheme of things. He comes to realize that nothing they dream of will be impossible, implying that their desire to build a temple to reach the heavens is indeed well and truly possible, and that this would be the first of many constructions that would upset him. His statement that nothing they propose to do will be withheld from them gives us the idea that God recognizes man's ability to overcome any problem, and that man has the ingenuity to build or create anything that he wishes, for nothing can be withheld from them. Here you
That's for the guys that think that y'all not the prize. As a man, being born a man, you the prize, B. Yeah, the women get their value, and they can sell their value. But we mentally, guys, we are man. We are created, carved after him. We have value. We are the prize. You know what I mean? Guys, these women they need us to guide them, or they lost. That take women way too serious.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Guys, how my man Dirty say? Toddlers.
You might say that God fears the ambition of man, and that it will lead him to become arrogant, perhaps arrogant enough that he will believe he can ascend to heaven whenever he fancies. So God sets...
Sorry to keep cutting it, guys, but remember in the beginning I told you about these arrogant ass influencers, these arrogant ass dating coaches. I told you about them. That is all of Lucifer. That is the Lucifer trait. And ain't that the hell of a mother trait? What you hate the most about a hell of a mother? They pride, right? How they just walk around here. They ain't shit.
upon the Babylonians the very same fate that they had sought to avoid. He scatters them. The Bible tells us, "So the Lord scattered them abroad, from there over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city. Therefore its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all of the earth. And from there..."
And when he say language, guys, he's talking about point of views. Point of views, guys. We don't see eye to eye. We could argue this Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray shit all day because that's the entertainment. The goal is to become an alpha male and fuck all four of those titles. It's sad how they put the title, they stick the title on us, and then they get us to pick a side and fight against each other. It's mind control, guys. That's social programming. Social programming.
100%.
There the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. We begin to see here that the story aims to explain why it is that the world and all its people speak different languages. As mentioned, it was the united human race, those that came after the Great Flood, who migrated westward to the land of Shinar, and that these great number of people all spoke the same language. In order to prevent them from completing their mission of building the tower, God confuses the language of the earth, causing these migrants to become unable to communicate with one another. Without being able to understand each other, the tower is never actually completed, and they begin to venture away from each other, alienated by their inability to communicate.
All right, salute to Mary Jane, 26. She gave me a $20 dub on her Cash App. Salute to you. She also had a great question. But you could go, I'm not gonna answer that. Mary Jane, you could go to the video library. You go to the library, hit the video library. That's down the hall to your left. You know what I mean? On the channel, hit playlist, and you could get that mind control video that I did on Tupac Shakur, and I did one on Martin Luther King. We'll be doing one on Malcolm X too. So if you're a Malcolm X worshiper, you might want not to tune in that day. You know what I mean? You'll get the notification. But I'm finna teach y'all how not to be stupid. All right, I'm finna teach y'all some real common sense out this motherfucker over here at the School of Common Sense. All right, so y'all stay tuned, and salute to you again, Mary J.
And segregated by their loss of purpose. The Bible then tells us that the tower would become to be known as Babel, which is thought to have derived from the Hebraic term Balal, meaning to jumble or confuse. However, the exact origin of the term Babel has not been entirely confirmed.
The gang leader, formerly known as A-Train, continues to maintain his innocence despite insurmountable evidence against.
There's a mainstay theme in this story, and that's the often unspoken competition between man and creator, or at least the ambition of man. Man's ambition is truly highlighted in this story, given that they desire to stand toe-to-toe with God. Quite literally.
Remember, guys, we the prize, and we have the ability to do anything and everything we want. But if we ain't doing it through God, through Him, through the belief in Him, and keeping Him always on our mind, just not when we get our ass in trouble and we need to pray real quick for Him to get us out, and He do, keep it a buck. How many of y'all niggas know? Y'all been in situations, shootouts, whatever the case may be, and y'all, that's when y'all motherfuckers wanna, please God, and got you out of that shit. Yeah, and then you go right back to doing dumb shit, going right back to believing you do shit for yourself. I don't know who taught you how to be dumb, but continue to come to class so we could flush that mindset the fuck out.
Literally, by building to reach His level. We've seen how much God hates this sort of thinking, most notably in Lucifer, who tries to take God's throne and establish himself as the Most High. You might say that this incident was eerily reminiscent to God, who would have seen the humans building the structure so that they could be, at least in the physical sense, just as high as Him. The ambition of man is seen elsewhere in the Bible too, like in the story of Adam and Eve, where it can be argued that Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, for they believed it would make them like God. This is the same for those who were building the tower, for their desire to be on God's level is not something that He could tolerate. Through this, though, we also get a glimpse of God's mercy. After all, He recognized that those who were building the temple were not necessarily bad people. They simply wanted to achieve something to not only represent their nation, but also to be so glorious that it had its place in heaven. They might have overestimated their jurisdiction, in a sense, but they were not doing this in spite of God or to spite anyone else. It is why God doesn't just destroy the tower, but instead spreads this confusion by altering their languages. It is perhaps one of the most benign ways God could have dissuaded the people, although he probably could have just asked them to stop. However, in doing this, I suppose there may have been some people from amongst the group who would defy him, which would in then turn leave him no choice but to respond with more aggression. By changing languages, he removes all possibility of them working together and renders them powerless, without shedding any blood. Another idea is that this was not actually a punishment or a warning at all, but instead God's way of protecting the people from building too high, where they would not be able to breathe, and also his way of ensuring a vast range of culture, by getting mankind to speak differently and to explore more regions. A first century Jewish interpretation of the Tower of Babel states that the tyrant Nimrod, the king of the land of Shinar, was the man who commissioned the construction of the tower, and that it was indeed done as an act of defiance against God. This idea was most notably recognized by the historian Flavius Josephus in his Antiquities of the Jews, where he states that it was Nimrod who built the tower so as to turn people away from God. He also goes on to say that the reason why God did not destroy the people for their defiance was because he'd already sent the flood, and if that hadn't been enough to make man see the error of his ways, then nothing of the sort would.
And it's crazy, guys. He done gave us so many signs that we need to hit them instructions and do it his way and not the way we want to fucking do it. It's ridiculous. He done gave us so many signs. World Trade Center, all these disasters. Remember, bad things happen on a catastrophe level because God is saying something. He's telling you to come closer. He's bringing you closer to God. Think about it. Them buildings went down. Now I'm a New York nigga, so we was here. We was live and direct. I saw it for myself. The World Trade Center went down, and tons of people ran to that church on 50th Street, right across from Saks Fifth Avenue, where I was working in at the time. I was just a little employee. Beta Mel provided my ass off. You know what I mean? And I saw it up close and personal. Tons of people just ran to that church when the World Trade Center went down. You know what I mean? So he give us his warning signs. Look at this COVID shit. You think this shit was just, you really think this shit was man-made or man had something to do with this, guys? This was a sign, yo. Everything that shut down was satanic. Think about it. Everything closed, guys, for the first time in I don't know how long, ever. The courts was closed. Niggas had people doing Zoom courts, and that was after the shit was closed down. It was like once they decided to go with that shit. I'm saying shit was closed down. Schools, you know what I mean? Hollywood, all of his backyard, his fun house, you know what I mean? Everything closed.
Therefore, God sought to confuse man instead by changing his language. But interestingly, the Tower of Babel is not a story unique to the Bible. It has been told in a variety of different ways, from ancient Sumerian stories to various other ancient traditions from around the
All right, guys, and now we're going to get into it deeper. Now we're going to break it down to the molecule because I told you guys, we don't cater to any groups, gangs, communities, or religions, all right? I fuck with the Bible, that basic instruction book, because it seems like all the other basic instruction books still stole that motherfucker shit stuff. So why not go to the source? But in everybody else's religion, they have the same stories, the same shit, just maybe a different character name. And we're going to break it down, guys. So this story is in everybody's shit. So we're not going to play no games with them.
world. The central idea is the same in that one group of people appear to build a tower or some form of construction, only for their language to become disrupted or altered so that they cannot communicate with each other effectively enough to finish what they started. In a Sumerian myth, the legendary king Enmerkar of Uruk built what is known as a ziggurat, a sort of massive structure known in ancient Mesopotamia. Proud of his creation, Enmerkar demands tributes in the form of precious metals from the people of Arata. He is also seen praying to the god Enki to disrupt the linguistics of certain regions. Another story involving a ziggurat and possibly the inspiration for the story of the Tower of Babel is a particular ziggurat known as Etemenanki, the temple of the foundation of heaven and earth, which was dedicated to Marduk in the city of Babylon. Marduk, of course, being the Babylonians' patron god.
Ready to start eating healthier? Meet Kachava. Kachava is the world's health.
The structure was destroyed in 689 BC by the Neo-Syrian Empire, but later rulers, most notably Nebuchadnezzar II, would try to rebuild it. Supposedly, the original was never completed, and that it was missing a roof. It would become an abandoned project and became victim to the elements, compromising its structural integrity. But Nebuchadnezzar II's project was also ill-fated, for it was reduced to ruins by Alexander the Great in 331 BC, because he wanted to rebuild it from scratch. When he died, however, these plans were also forsaken. There were several attempts by various leaders to rebuild Etemenanki, but the building appeared to be cursed, because no one ever seemed to be able to achieve this feat. Antiochus I, the Hellenistic king of the Seleucid Empire, was the last person to try. He went to visit the site, but after stumbling on rubble, he became annoyed at the place and ordered the riders of his elephant cavalry to destroy what was left instead. Another story similar to the Tower of Babel comes from an old folktale in Mexico, associated with the Great Pyramid of Cholula. And the idea here is that the giants who once roamed the land set off in search of the sun and built a tower to reach it. But this act angered the inhabitants of the sky, those that were presumed to be the gods, who destroyed the tower and disseminated the giants across the world as punishment. Of course, in this story, the tower is left in ruins, and the gods unleash their anger on those who dare to reach them. This is unlike the god in Genesis, who, as we know, spares the tower and is quite subtle in his reaction by comparison. In the Book of Jubilees, an ancient Jewish religious work, a detailed account of the tower is given, where we are told the exact materials used in its construction, how long it took, and also how tall it was, though this is often disputed. The text reads, "And they began to build, and in the 4th week they made brick with fire, and the brick served them for stone, and the clay with which they cemented them together was asphalt, which comes out of the sea, and out of the fountains of water in the land of Shinar. And they built it. 43 years were they building it. Its breadth was 203 bricks, and the height of a brick was the third of one. Its height amounted to 5,433 cubits and 2 palms, and the extent of one wall was 13 states, and of the other 30 states." Meanwhile, in the Greek Apocalypse of Baruch, a pseudepigraphical book otherwise known as the Third Apocalypse of Baruch, Baruch ben Neriah, a scribe of the prophet Jeremiah, tells us that in one of his visions, he sees the state of both the sinners and the righteous in the afterlife. Amongst the sinners, however, are those who first began the construction of the Tower of Babel. There are also men who have been transformed into dogs.
All right, guys. So there you go. So when I ask you guys who started this bullshit, just keep in mind, those are the wickedest ones. So the ones that want to sit here and run their mouth about how I started the Manosphere, I started the Black Manosphere, I did this, I started because I put him on, I put that one on. Because that's what a lot of the educated lames is running around here doing. You know what I mean? Because they feel that they started this bullshit, that they can stand on people's shoulders. I don't give a fuck if I've been in this space for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. If I see wrong, I'm going to address it every single time. Jude 1:3, bro.
And these are the men who once encouraged the building of the tower, or gave specific engineering advice on how to achieve it. Baruch also tells us that those building the temple were not building for their own sense of achievement, nor to be closer to God, but to see for themselves what heaven looked like. This in turn angered God, that they would assume they had the right to see the glory that they had not earned, and so sent upon them confusion by delivering upon them the barrier of language. In Judaism, there are several midrash which detail the Tower of Babel, But one particularly vivid one is known as the generation of secession, and we are told that the people building the temple were displeased with God and believed it to be unfair that he ruled the upper world, whilst they were deemed to rule the lower one. To spite God and to show him their dissatisfaction, they built the tower with the intention of placing a statue at the very top, one who was holding a sword towards the heavens. As you might imagine, this was to show that they were not afraid of God, and meant to war with him, if need be. The Tower of Babel, meanwhile, does not seem to appear in the Quran in Islam, but there are some similarities with other stories. One in particular is when a pharaoh asks the Haman, which was the high priest, to build a tower so that he might confront Allah. This comes about because Allah had commanded Moses to go and visit the pharaoh in Egypt and invite him to monotheism and to abandon his old gods. Moses also sought to stop the pharaoh from his tormenting of the Israelites, but the pharaoh would hear none of it and determined Moses and his God to be sorcerers and shamans. Outraged by Moses' request, he commanded the Haman to build him a tower so that he could condemn Allah to his face. But he never actually got this far, given that both the Haman and the Pharaoh were drowned in the Red Sea. Ibn Manzur, an Arabic lexicographer of the 13th century, wrote the Lisan al-Arab in 1290, which is one of the most comprehensive Arabic dictionaries. It features a tale about a plain known as Babel. Now, whilst this area of Babel is never specified as being in Shinar, that isn't the only significant omission. There is also no tower to speak of either. Instead, mankind seems to congregate in this particular area, and they are given individual languages by God, though not because of punishment, but perhaps to ensure that they would separate and go their own way. But in the history of the prophets and kings, a historical Arabic chronicle written by the theologian Al-Tabari, he tells us that there
Guys, peep how many times he said that term that we running with, go your own way. Peep how many times he state that.
was indeed a tower present upon this land, and that Nimrod again was responsible for its creation. In this version, though, Allah destroys the structure first, before proceeding to split mankind up by bestowing upon them 72 different languages. Another idea presented by the 13th century historian Abu al-Fida tells us that Eber, a grandson of Noah, was allowed to keep the original tongue of the people, for he was the only one who did not partake in the building of the tower. Whilst there are
again, guys, I'm not partaking in the building of no tower. All right. So when you come to class, when you come to Mr.Goodbread School of Common Sense, come prepared to critically think and remove all ideologies. I don't give a fuck what your favorite dating coach told you is feeding you. You will not get that over here. You will get the absolute truth, the raw truth, nothing but the truth.
many variations of the Tower of Babel, or a tower in general, that also seems to coincide with the establishment of language. All of them seem to end up telling near enough the same story. The premise is featured across all three major religions, and also has its roots in ancient religion and culture too, as we've seen with the Sumerian texts, and also from folkloric tales too. But perhaps there's something I might have missed about the Tower of Babel, or something you'd like to add perhaps?
Nah, bro, you ain't missed nothing, man. How was that, class? I mean, was that informative enough for you guys? You let me know, class. I don't want to ever come off as beating a dead horse. So it's time to wrap this thing on up, guys. It's time to wrap this thing on up. We done said what we said. If they know better, they'll show better and they'll grow better. You know what I mean? And it's up to the people now. It's up to the people. People, the information is out here. You've been given the information. You can also skim through on this channel. You know what I mean? Some videos should pop up like right about now. And for those of you watching on the playback, some videos is gonna pop up when OK give it spill and when Dirty Folks close us out. You guys click into the videos to continue this viewing experience. It's free. All you got to do is hit the like button. Shit is free even if you don't hit the like button. But help a brother out and hit that like button, all right? Okay, yo, take us out of here, man. And then Dirty, wrap us up.
Already, you know, Mr. OK, man. Shout out to the panel. Y'all been lit today. Y'all been very lit. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget Big Time Mondays, man. Every Monday we do Big Time Monday growth and development for men. And Mr. Goodbread got his show on Monday as well. So that's like a piggyback off of what he's doing. So y'all stay tuned for that. You'll go subscribe to the page. Okay, Let's Talk TV. That's on my Instagram. And that's all I got to say.
Dirty, you still with us, Dirty?
Yeah, I'm still with you, bro.
Yo, man, I appreciate you, man. You are a legend, man. I didn't even know you've been in the game as long as you've been in the game. You know, I've been skimming through on your channel, catching up. Nothing but the fucking truth. Nothing but the facts. Raw, unadulterated. Let them know, Dirty. Y'all go over there and subscribe to him.
Yeah, sub to the channel. Hey, all I want to say is this, man. The biblical dictate that you use in order to compare and contrast to what the manosphere is, I think that was dope. That was kind of hot. But here's the thing, bro. The same way the manosphere was built because a speaker had listeners. That's how y'all get subscribers. A speaker has listeners. We are brotherhood. If you can't support your brother, this ain't about clicking no like, no sub. If your brother is living in righteousness and you can't support your brother, just in the smallest thing, then man, you have already failed. I want to say this real quick. I saw Ramil's show early this morning, like 6 a.m. I don't know why I was on YouTube at 6 a.m. But Ramil was talking about some young lady who had an affair with a police officer and then tried to sue the police department for $100 million because he broke up with her.
Yeah. That's out here in New York. That's out here in New York.
New York. And the nephews of the girl, the lady that was trying to sue the city, came on and said, we can't check our auntie. So these dudes is like in their late 20s, early 30s, you know, auntie, she older. And they say, man, as the man of your family, you can't tell your auntie, yo, this ain't right. Like you. So the simplest thing is that of being able to come and talk all this red pill, black manosphere, alpha male, whatever they talking. But when it's time for you to check the people in your circle,
right.
You scared to do it. You will kill for her, but you can't stop her. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel exactly what you're saying, man. That's sad.
That's I don't like, bro. So if we gonna be men and operate as men, then we gonna be that. If we not gonna be men and operate as men, then men will just take your shit. You know what I'm saying? I never not be the bully. The whole thing is, am I defending you or am I taking your shit?
Let it be known. Right. Let it be known.
That's a fact.
Because only the serpent sneak around and creep around and backbite. And that's why alpha and a beta will never see eye to eye, because man was told never to see eye to eye with a snake. That's why they slither, and that's why we step on their head and we crush their neck. It's been real, guys. Those of y'all stick around for the intro, the new intro, and especially my guys that asked for Minister Jack. Y'all asked if I fuck with Jack. All right, guys, it's been real, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Love y'all, man. Word.
All right, well, good, bro. We doing one tomorrow?
Yeah, we're gonna do a hell yeah, man. We're gonna do a Sunday joint tomorrow, man. We're gonna do a
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
When we think calling, almost the majority of the time in the New Testament, where the word calling or where we think purpose is referenced in the New Testament, we automatically see that as we think calling in America. We think a platform, we think an assignment, we think all of that. But the majority of the time, the word calling is actually mentioned in the New Testament in its proper context, it has to do with salvation. It has to do with God wooing a human being to himself. We take calling and we automatically attach that to what I would call assignments, right? Like me being a pastor is an assignment, right?
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, the New Testament is speaking of calling. If you study that properly, it speaks of God wooing a human being to himself.
Calling us to himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the call first is to himself, not to a platform, not to a stage, not to a title, not to an office. Calling is to himself. And I think there are those of us who knew that God wooed us to himself. We can sense that moment when something transformed in our heart, whether it was gradual or for me, it was instantaneous. We know because now there is an awareness of sin. I think if there is no awareness of sin, if there is no awareness that this is wrong, I'm not sure if you've been called. I'm not sure if you've been converted into Christianity. I think you have Christian lingo and Christian behavior, but you have not been converted. You have not been born again.
Here is the hard truth, fellas. Being handsome doesn't keep a woman. Being honest doesn't keep a woman. Being loyal doesn't keep a woman. Being there for a woman doesn't keep a woman. Treating a woman well doesn't keep a woman. Making an effort doesn't keep a woman. Caring about a woman doesn't keep a woman. Spending time with a woman doesn't keep a woman. You could have the best intentions, you could have the most sincere feelings, and you could be a good man and still wouldn't be able to keep a woman. Because the only way to keep a woman is if that woman wants to be kept by you. You can't force a woman to be with you. You can't beg a woman to stay with you. You can't make a woman to love you. A woman that wants to be kept when the relationship gets hard will do everything to fight for you. Because a woman only fights for a fella she wants to belong to. So if she isn't fighting for you when things get hard, she doesn't want to be kept by you.
So all this time,
I don't think a person that's suffering with mental health or being emotionally abusive and then apologizing the next day is someone that needs to be in a relationship right now. And I know you love that person, and I want to say how much I admire the men, because again, there's so many women with BPD today. It's 3 times higher in women than men. And again, I've seen that so many men are very frustrated with women because a lot of women are all acting the same, right? And they're very emotional, they're undisciplined emotionally, and whenever a man puts his foot down with a woman, she calls him abusive, controlling, and narcissistic. But he's like, bro, I wish you could see yourself. I wish you could look at yourself in the mirror and see how you're acting. Gosh, what do I do? How do I wake you up? And I get it. And I want to say, like, after my healing process, like, I admire the men that do that. I know there's men that aren't good men. I know there's women that aren't good women. I know there's great men, and I know there's great women. I know there's men that are trying so hard right now. That's why so many men are not getting married. They're in relationship and they want the intimacy and love, but they're not getting married because in the long run, they're dealing with so many people, so many women that are having mental health issues. You also deserve peace. You also deserve love. And don't get caught up thinking that this is normal. And that's how life is supposed to look like and be, that you're supposed to take all of that abuse. No.
Put your hands together, Mr. Goodbread.